Good afternoon, everybody. This is Charlie Jones and Todd Christensen. We're in Joe Robbie Stadium in Miami, where the Miami Dolphins will host the Indianapolis Colts at 4 o'clock this afternoon. The standings in the AFC East, as you can see, Miami, they are the only undefeated team in the National Football League. The Colts have a record of 3-3. But the question everybody was asking today, will Keith Jackson play? Todd Christensen, the answer is?
The answer is yes. I was very surprised. He wasn't too sure of himself out there running pass routes, but again, they spent the money and they want him out there. He has been an integral part of their offense, as you can see by the statistics.
Linebacker John Offerdahl has an abdomen problem. His situation.
Well, he is the heart and soul of the defense, but you can see there, no pads, no play, so they're going to be dependent upon some younger people to pick up the slack today.
Defensively for the Dolphins, they will be playing basically what they call their 4-5. That is 4 defensive linemen, 5 in the secondary against the Indianapolis Colts, who will go again with a no-huddle offense.
Well, they've been having some kinks in the no-huddle offense. Obviously, they're not used to that, but Ted Marchibroda has a lot of confidence in that man right there, Jeff George, to eventually be as proficient as Jim Kelly is in Buffalo. Personally, I think that's asking an awful lot, but the potential for this man, as we show you in statistics and other areas, has proven out that he really is the real McCoy. That was not a bad pick, taking him #1 2 years ago.
The Indianapolis Colts won the toss. They will be receiving, so Pete Stoyanovich will be kicking off for Miami. Clarence Verdun, number 83, and Ken Clark, number 32, are the deep backs on the return. And the Colts would like Verdun, number 83, to return the kickoff. The reason for the I formation, so you can't kick away from him. You don't know which side he is going to go to. An absolutely gorgeous afternoon in Miami. The temperature in the 80s. And a perfect afternoon and evening for football. As here we go. It is high and short, and Verdun will take it at the 5-yard line. And he is dropped. Hit at the 16-yard line by James Saxon. Oh, did he nail it?
James Saxon, former back for the Kansas City Chiefs. They got in Plan B, an excellent special teams player, as proved by that hit.
Offensively, for the Indianapolis Colts, Jeff George will be the quarterback, with Johnson and Carthen the running backs, Hester and Brooks the wide receivers, and Cash is the tight end. That offensive line of Pankey, he is in for Zephyrus Moss, who will not be playing, Dixon, Donaldson, Schultz, and Call, and we expect to see a lot of 3 wide for the Colts with Reggie Langhorne, the 3rd wide receiver. The give is to Anthony Johnson. There is nothing there. The Miami defense, the one that we were talking about with the front 6 of Griggs, Cross, Klingbeil, Coleman, Grimsley, and Cox. And then 5 in the secondary, Vincent Jackson, Brown, Williams, and Oliver.
Charlie, you're right. They have gone. In fact, they started off. Carthen came off the field. Langhorne is on the field. And before the game, I talked with Dwayne Painter, their receiver coach, and the reason for that was because of the fact that they feel like Langhorne can make enough plays to justify the 3 wide receiver set, even though they haven't been as effective in the running game.
Anthony Johnson just across the 25-yard line. Louis Oliver with the tackle.
This is real. I think this is, Charlie, I think this is a big surprise to the Miami defense, if for no other reason than the Colts are last in the league in rushing the football. But if that run is any indication of what the Colts can do on the ground, then that's certainly going to shake up what Miami had planned defensively.
Well, you do know yesterday, of course, we talked with Ray Donaldson, the center for the Colts. This is what he wants. He wants to run the football.
Yeah, for somebody who's been in the league 12 years and one of the outstanding centers in the National Football League, he was talking about how that oftentimes when they get behind, they just give up on the running game. And, of course, offensive linemen don't always want to be on their heels. They want to start attacking some people. And you can see by that body that man there can attack a few.
It is a first down for the Colts. The ball at their own 26-yard line. Opening drive of the ball game. We have no score. George with protection fires it. He'll pick up 9 yards on the play. Just shy of the 35-yard line. Jarvis Williams bringing down the tight end, Kerry Cash.
One of the things that Louis Oliver talked about was George's ability to fling it sideways, almost like a baseball. Take a look at how he just flicks this ball into Cash. Look at that little sidearm 3/4. Actually, that was very good coverage on the part of Jarvis Williams, but George was able to put it where no defender could get it. Terrific throw.
2nd down and 2. And Jeff George turns, and he will take a timeout. That stops the clock. With 13:10 left to go, we're in the first quarter. We have no score between the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins.
Rust. What it can do to the outside of your car. Weak.
Back to Miami, this is Charlie Jones along with Todd Christensen. We have seen the no huddle already. Of course, we'll see it throughout the ball game. What effect will this have on the Dolphin defense?
Well, I don't think it's a novelty that it once was. I think that when Cincinnati first started with it, everybody was discombobulated upon which way to go, who goes where's the substitutions. I don't think that's the problem now. I think what it does, in effect, is it tires people out in the fourth quarter because you have to keep the same people on the field for the entire 60 minutes.
Second down and 2. Anthony Johnson, a little start and stop, and he picks up the first down. Troy Vincent, the rookie #1 draft choice from Wisconsin, making the tackle.
This is interesting because in talking with Ted Marchibroda yesterday, I asked him if he was going to run the ball and try and take some time off the clock and keep Marino off the field. He says, well, you know what, we got to do what we do best. Strangely enough, now they've run for 2 first downs.
That's right. Pressure from the backside. And Jeff George is sacked by rookie Marco Coleman. That is his first sack in the NFL.
Well, there's no excuse for this on the part of the Colts. Irv Pankey has a double team. Watch to the top of your screen. You're going to see both Irv Pankey and Johnson over there blocking him. Pankey lets him go, and Johnson lets him go. They just plain let him go. And actually, Jeff George is lucky to come up with that ball. Marco Coleman had 3 sacks in preseason, and everybody was talking about how great this guy was going to be.
Here's Anthony Johnson on the draw back to the 36-yard line.
And to finish the Coleman story, everybody assumed that he was going to be making those big sacks from the outside backer spot. But David Griggs ended his holdout, came in and played so well that Coleman ended up on the bench. And so because they wanted to get their best athletes on the field, they put him at defensive end now. And so they have a number of excellent pass rushers now on their front four that they did not have before. Coleman definitely a force in that defense.
Coleman, the defensive right end, and David Griggs, the defensive left end. And here is George, fires. It is caught. Kerry Cash reaching up, pulling it down, juggling it, and holding on. Picks up the first down, 19 yards on the play for the Colts. Oliver finally made the tackle.
Now, for you young receivers, this is what's talked about when you get in a zone, and the only thing you think about is that ball in the air. Watch as it hit Cash's hands, and then it goes up in the air, and this is all he looks at. He knows right here he's going to get hit, but where are his eyes? He doesn't care. His eyes are on the ball the entire time. Magnificent catch by the former Texas grad.
And here is Johnson from the Miami 45-yard line, and he is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Again, it is Marco Coleman who led the way for the Dolphins. It'll be second down and 10 at the Miami 45.
As you mentioned at the top, Charlie, Zephyrus Moss is out, and Irv Pankey, former Los Angeles Ram, against Marco Coleman. Sort of the weight advantage goes to Pankey, but the position goes to Coleman. Coleman's quickness just a bit too much for Pankey, and he makes the play for no gain.
Jeff George to throw. And he comes to the near side to Jesse Hester. The 10th play of the drive. Troy Vincent is there for the defense. And it'll be third down.
Jesse Hester has turned into the go-to guy for the Indianapolis Colts last week. 8 catches for over 100 yards. Former first-round pick of the Los Angeles Raiders. Just a quick hitch route. Vincent a little bit too far off. And right there, a little bit of a face mask. You could certainly argue the point that that might have been a personal foul. Jesse nicknamed the Jet when he and I were teammates there with the Raiders.
George scrambles, throws back over the middle. He's going to pick up the first down as he goes to Reggie Langhorne. At the 33-yard line, Vesty Jackson makes the tackle along with Brian Cox. This is the opening drive of the ball game. It has consumed 4.5 minutes. The Indianapolis Colts, here's another look.
Reggie Langhorne, if you took a look at his arms, this is one of the huskier wide receivers. Take a look at 85 now. He could have got pushed back right there and not got the first down. But he lowers the boom there. Ooh, look at the hit he put on Vesty Jackson, 24 going backwards. Reggie Langhorne, definitely no shrinking violet as a wide receiver.
And again, the Colts go back to the ground with Anthony Johnson. And a gain of 3 to the 30-yard line. It's going to be second down and 7. Chuck Klingbeil, the nose tackle, making the stop. Second down and 7.
And this time, Charlie, Irv Pankey gets the best of Marco Coleman. Again, trying to put that 300-pound body on one that's 259. Watch number 75 just pushes him out of the way. Actually, he's pretty lucky there. He could have got called for a hold. But then again, they say you could call that on almost any play. Pankey, of course, one of the great linemen that led Eric Dickerson to that record, 2,105 yards back in 1984.
Pass is complete over the middle. It's another first down for Indianapolis to the 17-yard line of Miami. A gain of 13 on the play. Vesty Jackson bringing down Anthony Johnson. First down, Colts.
Can Jeff George throw all the passes? Take a look at the sidearm here to the right. Reminding you a little of Slingin' Sammy. Look at that three-quarter action getting Johnson the ball. And as a result of it, you can see Langhorne right there. Defensive backs and man-for-man coverage. They had their back to Jeff George. And that's what enabled Johnson to get the extra 5 or 6 yards.
Jeff told us he loves the no-huddle, and he likes to call his own plays. Here's Anthony Johnson to the 10-yard line, a gain of 7 yards on the play. And throughout this opening drive, we have not had a flag. The ball at the 10-yard line. Second down and 3. Oliver with the last tackle.
Take a look at Irv Pankey pull out. Watch this left tackle. Whoa, he got away with that one. He got a little bit quick, but he's so excited, knocking people out of the way for Johnson. Wow.
He caught a flyer, as they say.
He did indeed.
Anthony Johnson is going to pick up a couple of yards to the 8-yard line. It's going to be third down and still about a yard to go for the first down. David Griggs with the tackle. Maybe closer than that. Let's see, as officials will spot it. It is closer, and we'll bring the chains in.
This is, Charlie, I can't say enough how impressive this is for the Colts. Coming off last week, a game that Ted Marchibroda quite frankly admitted that they should have won. San Diego at home. They get hammered by a 34-14 count. Come into a game like this where everybody's talking about the undefeated Dolphins and how much better they are. Very impressive first drive, starting at what, the 18, 19-yard line?
Started at their own 16-yard line.
Wow. This is a good time right here to huddle as opposed to the no huddle. Make sure that everybody is on the same page because 3rd and 1, this is a crucial play for the Colts.
And they'll come in with their power set. Carthen is in, a double tight end. Culver is the I-back. Carthen is the lead blocker. First down, Colts 5-yard line. Rodney Culver, the rookie from Notre Dame, taken in the 4th round of the draft, picks up the first down. Troy Vincent with the stop for the Dolphins.
If you can, take a look at number 44, Maurice Carthen, the lead blocker for Herschel Walker when he set the record in the USFL, lead blocker for Joe Morris during the Super Bowl years, stands right behind number 44, and that's where the hole is. Excellent job by Carthen, and an excellent job by Johnson following this fullback.
First down, goal to go, 5-yard line. Anthony Johnson cutting. Now he's going to lose a couple of yards. Coleman got him. A flag is down. First flag of the ball game, and mark the time. 7 minutes and 19 seconds left to go in the first. That may be an NFL record.
Charlie, Kerry Cash absolutely grabbed David Griggs, and Griggs called it right off the bat, and Bob McElwee caught number 88. You're talking about last week when we were in Denver. There were a lot of flags.
Number 88, offense, 10 yards, first down.
Kerry Cash, the right tight end in front of Maurice Carthen. Take a look at how he comes off on number 92. Griggs underneath him gets the best of him. Now, what the official sees there, right to the right of your screen, is he sees the jersey come back, and in the backfield, Bob McElwee caught it. In fact, Bob McElwee is the one that threw the flag, which is indicative of the fact he was right on top of the flag.
First down, goal to go, 15-yard line. This is a screen left side. The pass is complete to Cash. He's going to pick up a couple of yards on the play. Now, Jeff George in this drive is 6 of 6 for 54 yards, and Anthony Johnson has 30 yards rushing and 8 carries.
That was a weird play, though, Charlie. Cash goes out in the screen. There's absolutely nobody in front of him except 3 Dolphins. In fact, I think he lost some yardage on that play. Strange call.
He did, you're right. He loses 3 back to the 18. George steps to the right. He's being chased. Fires, and it is incomplete at the 6-yard line. Bill Brooks, the intended receiver. Vesty Jackson has the cover.
That's great coverage by Jackson, and this is why. As soon as George breaks the pocket and is rolling, Jackson has to be with Brooks all over the field, and that's difficult for a defensive back. Right here, he's got his man for man, and Brooks is running back to the ball. Watch number 24 come into the screen and make the play over the shoulder of Brooks. Excellent defense by Vesty Jackson.
So it is third down and goal to go. And the penalty very costly to the Colts, as they had first down and goal to go at the 5-yard line. Now third down and goal to go at the 18. And here is the draw. And Anthony Johnson is going to pick up maybe 4 on the play, and the field goal team will come in. Marco Coleman with the tackle.
That's not really a bad call. Your chances of throwing it into the end zone on 3rd and 18 aren't too good. You can see by the nod of Ted Marchibroda there on the sidelines. He's appreciative of the fact. Just line it up. Try the 31-yarder. We took nearly 9 minutes off the clock. In fact, the clock is running now more than 9 minutes. If they can come away with a field goal, they got to be very pleased with what's happened here early in the first quarter.
Dean Biasucci out of the hold of Ron Stein. River Maddox is the snapper. And it is no good. Biasucci misses from 31 yards. The Dolphins take over. We'll be back
on NBC is brought to you by Mazda. Mazda, it just feels right. By Prestone, it stops the rust that stops your car. By Norelco patented lift and cut shavers, we make clothes comfortable. And by Old Spice, cool, crisp, and clean, it puts the wind in your sails.
Miami's first opportunity on offense. We have no score. 5:38, time remaining first quarter. And it will be Mark Higgs. Higgs has 5. Higgs has 8 yards to the 28-yard line. Offensively for the Miami Dolphins, of course, at quarterback, it'll be Dan Marino, with Mark Higgs, who just carried, and Tony Page as the running back. Duper and Clayton, the wide receivers, and Keith Jackson is the starter at tight end, with Webb, Sims, Ulick, at Galbraith, and Dennis at offensive line. Second down and 2. Reno to throw, far side, pass is complete. This is Keith Jackson. First down, 35-yard line.
It's amazing what adrenaline can do, Charlie. You get about 60 or 70,000 cheering for you. You got a little bit of a groin problem. Banks has your man for man to the outside. Then he lets him go. Cuts upfield, beats one guy. A little tentative right here. It's the right groin. You can see just a little bit of hesitation. But getting the ball and getting hit early in the game, that makes you feel a lot better. And I'm sure Jackson, right at this point, could be feeling no pain.
Mitchell spotted at the 36-yard line. Marino to throw on first down. Comes back underneath the covers to Tony Page, and it's a first down. 49-yard line of Miami, a gain of 13, and back-to-back first downs for the Dolphins against this defense of the Indianapolis Colts. Of Ipman, McCoy, Clancy, Banks, Goyat, Harrod, and Bickett, the front 7, with Good, Daniel, Baylor, and Pryor in the secondary.
Big additions to the defense, of course. Charlie, those first 2 picks in the draft, Empman and Coriat. Defensive coordinator Rick Venturi, so they're both playing some outstanding football.
And here is Higgs. And Mark is going to pick up a couple of yards on the play. It'll be second down and 8. When I talked with Mark Higgs yesterday, he said, I've been carrying about, 15 times a ball game, but I would really like to carry it 25 times a ball game.
Well,
I said, do you think you can in this offense? He says, no, but I would like to.
Yeah, I was going to say, there are a couple of guys with the name of Duper, Clayton, and Jackson that have something to say about that, as well as Marino.
Second down and 8. And here is Higgs again. And there's nothing there.
Quentin Coriat in on the stop once again. Duper and Daniel getting into it a little bit, but nothing of consequence. No flags thrown. Number 55 for the Colts, the second pick, has actually been playing a little bit better than Steve Emman. Made the last 2 tackles there. I was very surprised when we talked with him. I get conditioned to being around athletes that have what I call the sports rap. They've got all the answers down, you know, yes and no, yes or oh, momentum. Yeah, we're going to take them one game at a time. He was painfully shy for somebody who was 6'3", 250 pounds and hits like that. Yeah. Very surprising.
Bobby Humphrey has checked into the offensive set. It is 3rd down and 7. Reno from the shotgun. First down, Miami. Tony Martin, he reached out with the ball. He didn't really need to. They'll mark it back at the 41-yard line. But it will be a first down. Belser and Stargell on the tackle.
From the bottom of your screen, Jeff Harrod goes in on the blitz, and a little bit of a pick play there. Martin comes underneath. Man-for-man coverage. That's a gimme for Dan Marino.
And a first down at the Colt 41-yard line.
In talking to Rick Ventura, he was concerned over how to change things up with regard, and that's the complaint of Marchibroda there. Clearly that was a pick play running in front of the defender, but every team in the NFL does it, and for the most part they get away with it.
First down, 41-yard line. Reno to throw up a little play action, and it's incomplete. Duper could not pull it down. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at the 41-yard line. A minute 30 left to go first quarter. We have no score.
Now that's interesting because Ted Marchibroda does not have the reputation for being that animated on the sidelines, and clearly what he saw there was Duper running in front of Martin's man so he could make the catch. But as I say, that's pretty much commonplace, and I just bet you that somewhere in the offensive brain of Ted Marchibroda they had the exact same play.
Well, you know that. When we asked him yesterday how good are the Colts, he said, actually, we're still learning how good we are. We're trying to form that elusive chemistry that makes it all happen. Reno underneath the coverage to Jackson. 9 yards on the play. Coriat and Daniel on the stop. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Well, what are you going to do with Keith Jackson? Are you going to put a linebacker on him or put a defensive back on him? Now watch just a little bit of a hesitation cutting across the field. Quentin Coriat, the rookie, should have known better, should have hung with him. But he is a rookie after all. Jackson rather does a good job of faking. And it's interesting how Dan Marino more and more is starting to look to number 88. He told me yesterday, boy, this guy's a player. And I said, yeah, well, for $6 million, he better be.
Jackson, 6'2", 250 pounds, faster than the linebacker, bigger than the cornerback. And here is Hicks for the first down, and it's going to be close. Dan Clancy with the tackle.
Now that's interesting that Keith Jackson would come out on that particular play. The rap for him has been his ability to block, and certainly in a 3 tight end set like that, you would think that a tight end would stay in the game. Instead, he comes out on 3rd and 1. That might say something about his blocking ability.
But when we asked Don Shula about his blocking ability, he said he is a willing blocker.
That's kind of like
a great line.
That's kind of like it's kind of like when you remember when you were single and you got fixed up with a girl and the guy said she's got a great personality. Well, Hicks didn't get the first down.
He did not. It's 4th down and short. And Marino comes back in. The Dolphins are going for it.
As does Beatty come back in for Jackson. Interesting. I would guess that they're going to spread out the defense just a little bit, not have them quite so bunched in, but with their 3 tight end set, that's not the case. Now they have Page in as a tight end. He is the wing back, and the fullback is Saxon. There's Page in motion.
First down, Marquez. Off of the power set to the 24-yard line.
I think that surprised the Colts because for the most part the Miami Dolphins usually go to their left side and Sims and Webb. They give the right side of the line credit here. They do a good job, and it helps an awful lot when you're only 5'7" that you can slide through those little holes.
And that is the end of a very quick first quarter. We have no score. Back in a moment. Number 91 on the Colt helmet, on all of their helmets, is in honor of the former University of Miami and Indianapolis Colt defensive lineman Shane Curry, who was slain on May the 3rd. We start the second quarter. Miami with the ball just inside of the Colts 25-yard line. We have no score. First opportunity in offense for the Dolphins. Marino to throw, has time. Now being chased a bit, has to drop it off to Tony Page, and he is stopped by Steve Empman. Good coverage downfield for the Colts secondary.
The play was made there by Chip Banks, as you mentioned. That was good coverage.
Chip Banks, is he here?
Yeah, Chip Banks missed the team flight.
Missed the play.
And that really is a loss. Had he not gotten here on his own, he leads the team with 6 sacks, 4 in the first game against the Cleveland Browns, and he's the one that put the pressure on Marino, forced the dump off to Page, and Entman gets the tackle for a loss.
Rick Venturi, the defensive coordinator, said, I hope he has his playbook so he knows where we're playing, and he doesn't go to San Diego for the game next week. But he made it here all right. Second down and 13. Marino for the pocket. Great reception by Bobby Humphrey. Reaching up and pulling it down. Jeff Herrod with the tackle.
One of the things the Colts are going to have to do before this game is done, 2nd and 13, that's just asking an awful lot of Jeff Herrod to have to cover Bobby Humphrey man for man. 54 is an outstanding inside back, and as you mentioned, a pretty good catch. But if they're going to go with a steady diet of Herrod and Humphrey man for man, that's a battle that the Dolphins are going to win.
And it's 3rd down and 3. And here's the defensive coordinator, Rick Venturi. Time off on Friday on his motorcycle. He's been around the countryside. A flag is down in the end zone. Jackson holds on. But there's a marker. Boy, he is a tough receiver. Woo. It will go against the Dolphins. They'll bring it back.
What was impressive about that catch, Charlie, besides the catch, was that the 3 bodies came off of him. They have motion on the Miami Dolphins. Jackson can't be too terribly happy about that, nor is that man Shula. Obviously, the groin is not much of a problem at this point, if at all. Shula venting his frustration. You know what? I always find that entertaining because they vent the frustration on the closest official, and in that case, that guy might have absolutely nothing to do with it.
That's right. Procedure penalty, 5 yards, back to the 23. It is 3rd down and 8. Marino steps away, throws. This is caught at the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st down and goal to go. It is Fred Banks.
Here's an example of how quick Dan Marino's release is. From the left of your screen, Chris Good is going to come on the corner blitz. As soon as he sees 37, now watch, he goes right to the man he left all alone, which is Banks. That was Good's man. Banks falls down. If he'd have hung in there and just fell backwards, he could have had a touchdown.
They'll mark it at the 2-yard line, 1st down and goal to go.
Well, that just shows the field awareness of that man, Dan Marino. As soon as he sees the corner blitz, goes right to his man. Outstanding job by number 13.
Jackson, the lead blocker. Higgs is the eyeback. And it is not there. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and goal to go. Mark Higgs is stopped. Defense led by Jeff Herrod. Now, Higgs played against Herrod in college. Herrod played for Mississippi. Higgs played for Kentucky. Also played against him in a couple of all-star games. He said Herrod in college, he was always barking. He was always back there like, rawr, 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 rawr. He said he's tough, but he's not that tough.
No. Of course, didn't you tell me that the next year when they played again that he went for something like 190 yards and all of a sudden his bark had laryngitis?
That's right. Here's it over the top. Touchdown, Miami.
Harry Galbraith and Jeff Dellenbach, the right side of the offensive line for the Dolphins, no longer want to take a back seat to the left side in terms of getting all the attention. That's the push. That's all well and good if you make the tackle 4 yards down, but if it's in the end zone, it doesn't count. Great job by the right side of the Dolphin line.
And for Mark Higgs, that is his 6th touchdown of the year. Stoyanovich with the extra point attempt. And it is good. And the score, Miami 7 and the Colts nothing. We'll be back with a kickoff in a moment. It's the season premiere of NBA Inside Stuff, the entertainment show of the NBA, hosted by Ahmad Rashad and Willow Bay. The Magic is back. Ahmad sits down with Lakers superstar Magic Johnson. Don't miss his thoughts on his return to the NBA, plus a very special jam session. It's all next Saturday at noon Eastern Time on NBC. Check your local listing. 12 minutes left to go in the first half. We'll go back to the touchdown.
Take a look at the parting of the sea there. Dennis and Widener, and then Saxon inside. Stuffs Corey out, and as soon as he jumps, he has plenty of room to jump, and as a result, he's over.
Still going the longest.
Galbraith is pushing Entman to the side. Look at that Corey out getting stuck. When you find yourself backpedaling in the end zone, then you know that the offensive line has done the job, and Corey took quite a shot on that, and apparently that he's going to the sidelines to get some medical attention. In fact, more than that, he's heading to the locker room, it appears.
Stoyanovich will be kicking off for the Dolphins with Ken Clark and Clarence Berdan, the return men for the Colts. The Colts with an opening drive to the 5-yard line. The penalty then took them back. Diasucci ended up missing a 31-yard field goal. Miami Dolphins with one offensive possession, an 80-yard drive in 15 plays. Here's Berdan on the return. He's out to the 30. And he'll return to the 34-yard line. Excellent field position for the Colts. 21 yards on the return. Quentin Coriat going to the locker room for x-rays. Kerry Glenn with the tackle for the Dolphins. We'll be back in a moment.
Skeptics a couple of years ago when the Colts made Jeff George the first pick of the entire draft, but take a look at the numbers and they do not lie. In his first 2 years, better than any of the other first-time picks of quarterbacks. But take a look at that sack number. He has paid a price for that. Actually updated 3 sacks with last week. He has been sacked 96 times in his young career. He has really taken a beating, but he has shown a lot of toughness and resilience here for the Colts.
Anthony Johnson is stuffed. He's going to lose a couple of yards on the play. As the Colts start from their own 34-yard line, David Grigg leading the defense for the Dolphins.
Well, that's the running game that the Colts have shown over the last couple of weeks. Only 60.8 yards per game. The offensive line just gets stuffed. There's no place for Johnson to go. Absolutely not.
And here is Anthony Johnson. The 36-yard line. He gets 4 back. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. A change in that offensive line as William Schultz has replaced Ron Schultz, who has gone into the locker room. We do not have a report on Quentin Coriat. He just went into the locker room, and if we do, we will give it a go. We will first pass it on to you immediately.
You saw Jeff George look at the plays on his wrist. That's indicative of the fact that he's just not quite comfortable just yet with the no huddle.
First down as he goes to Anthony Johnson. Johnson to the 45-yard line.
Very surprising there because Brian Cox, the leading sacker for the Miami Dolphins, was there in coverage. Jeff George does a good job looking right and then coming back to Johnson, the man-for-man coverage with number 51. Beat him on the swirl route. Kerry Glenn comes up to help him make the tackle, but that's surprising because you usually see number 51 on the pass rush.
Meanwhile, a little delay of the contest, a pushing and shoving contest with no flag. No harm, no foul. First down, 45-yard line. For the Colts, this is only their second possession on offense with 10.5 minutes to go in the first half. Miami leads by a score of 7-0. The Dolphins have had the ball offensively only one time. They went 80 yards in 15 plays. Johnson cut off inside, jumps to the outside. There's nothing there. David Griggs is waiting for it.
Of course, a lot of that, Charlie, is their own undoing in terms of what you said about only their second drive. Their first drive lasted nearly 9.5 minutes, but they came up empty.
A check of the 10-minute ticker. Chicago defeating Green Bay. Detroit destroying Tampa Bay. This is incomplete. In reality, Jeff George was avoiding the loss. They did not call it. That's what he was doing. It was Hobley who was putting the pressure on.
Good call by defensive coordinator Tom Olivadotti. Lifford Hobley coming with the safety blitz completely untouched. And Jeff George knows right here he just has to get the ball away. Unfortunately for him, Billy Brooks was in the peripheral vicinity. And as you say, he was able to get away with it.
And it is 3rd down and 10 at the 45-yard line. As the Dolphin defense making their first major stand. And this one is incomplete. He was throwing to Hester. He had to get rid of it too soon. He needed Hester to cut it off and come back to him. He did not. It's incomplete. 4th down.
Hester looks like he's running the up route, and right around the 15-yard mark, George is waiting for him to make the comeback. Right here, he's supposed to break and come back, but that's just too late. The pass rush of the previous play caused George to throw it sooner than he wanted to.
All right, Ron Stark will be kicking, and Troy Vincent, the rookie from Wisconsin, the #1 draft choice, is the return man. Good.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's why he's first in the league.
Yes.
Oh, bad decision.
Rookie mistake. He takes it at the 2-yard line. He returns it to the 9. We've got a timeout. 9:32. 52 yards on the punt. No return. Back in a moment. Mistake of number 23, Troy Vincent.
Ron Stark hits an excellent punt, 52-yarder right there naturally. Of course, he just should have let it go. The instructions are if you're on the 10-yard line and it goes over your head, you let it go. Instead, Vincent retreats, and here he gets an earful from special teams coach Mike Westhoff, and definitely Vincent doesn't want to hear it. Turns his back on him the entire time, except for right there. Now watch his reaction here at the end. Yeah. All right, enough said. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Miami's on their own 9-yard line. Higgs gets the call, and he's going to lose 3 to the 6. It's going to be 2nd down and 13. Be sure to be with us next week on NBC. It'll all start with NFL Live at 12:30 Eastern Time. Some of you to see Miami-Pittsburgh, Houston-Pittsburgh, Miami Jets, New England Buffalo. Others to see Cleveland, Cincinnati, Indianapolis at San Diego. All regional games next week here on NBC. March is 2nd down and 12. And he is out near the 10-yard line. So it's still going to be 3rd down and long for the Dolphins as Scott Radishek makes the tackle. He has replaced Quentin Coriat, who is out with a sprained wrist.
Well, evidently, Mike Westhoff didn't get his say in as he continues to let Vincent have an earful. And again, maybe Vincent's reaction is, yo, I'm a first-round pick. I'll do what I want.
The coach's reaction is, yo, well, listen to me.
Yeah, that's right. Well, again, you know, as you mentioned at the outset, Charlie, this is his first time doing it in the National Football League. And his first one is what I would say generously was inauspicious.
3rd down and 10. Bobby Humphrey back in the shotgun with Marino. Marino's pass is broken up. Good defensive play. Eugene Daniel makes the play. Duper, the intended receiver. No, that was John Baylor.
Good play by Baylor, as you mentioned. But, of course, here, if you take a look at Duper underneath once again, cutting pass. The defensive backs, you notice here, they switch. They don't go man for man in that situation. They switch, having learned from the catch-up by Banks on 3rd down in that case. Even if Duper did come up with the ball, it wouldn't have been a first.
Joe Prokop will be kicking for the Dolphins. Burdan is the return man for the Colts. And the Colts could start with excellent field position. High and short. Fair catch is called for and taken. Fumble. Ball is loose. Miami has it. Dwight Hollier, the rookie from North Carolina, recovers for the Dolphins.
Well, Clarence Burdan is no stranger to this. He hustles up because he knows he wants to preserve. And there are only Colts right there. Now, just as he's about to get it, the ball gets kicked out by his own man. And Dwight Hollier, the leading special team tackler for the Dolphins, right on top of the ball for the Miami Dolphins.
We'll be back in a moment.
NFL on NBC is brought to you by American Honda, who has been making quality cars in America for the past 10 years. By Castrol GTX, engineered for today's smaller cars. by Sony Handycam, America's most popular camcorder. And by new Hager wrinkle-free cotton pants. 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles.
For the Indianapolis Colts, their second costly mistake of the ball game. That, of course, is the muff by Clarence Verdun. White Hollier with the recovery for the Dolphins. Miami with the first down from their own 40-yard line. Their other costly mistake, going in at the Miami 5, and a holding call took them back. It was first down and goal to go. Higgs is dropped at the line of scrimmage by Sam Clancy, and we'll go back to the muff.
Part of the problem is Cornell Holloway, number 25. He means well, but watch when he gets knocked down. His left heel kicks the ball out. Clarence Verdun, in reality, had plenty of time to recover it, but he couldn't recover both the ball and Holloway's left ankle. The result is Miami gets the ball back.
And it is second down and 10 Dolphins. The ball at their own 40-yard line. Miami leading in the ball game by a score of 7-0. 7 minutes and 19 seconds and counting. Time remaining in the first half. Reno, it is tipped, and it is incomplete. Daniel trying to go for the interception.
The line of scrimmage, the ball gets batted up. Always a good opportunity to get a cheap pick here. I believe it's Entman that gets a piece of it, or maybe it's, you're right, it was Clancy.
Sam Clancy.
Clancy up in the air. If he can catch it running, he's gone, but the ball a little bit too short.
So bring it back to the 40-yard line, and it is third down and 10.
Rick Venturi told us that Sam Clancy is an excellent defensive lineman. He's better 25 to 30 plays, not 65 to 70, that he's going to have to play today as a result of the injuries to their defensive linemen.
Reno ducks it underneath the coverage to Bobby Humphrey, and he is stopped at the 46-yard line by Dwayne Bickett. It will be fourth down and 4, and the kicking team will come in.
Once again, it was Clancy that put the pressure on number 76 right in Marino's face. Good rush there coming underneath, and Marino's not too happy about it, particularly when he finds that a defensive lineman is just as fast as he is.
Joe Prokop will be punting. Greg Beatty is the snapper, and Clarence Verdun again the return man for the goal. First kick was 39 yards. This is about that same distance. He calls for the fair catch and stays away from it. It takes a Colt down. It's going to be down around the 35-yard line by the kicker.
Now that's heads up on the part of Clarence Verdun, because until the whistle blows, even though Prokop touched it, it can still be a live ball. Heads up on the part of Clarence Verdun. Colts ball.
That was just a quick look at Clarence Verdun as he was looking at the ball and staying away from it. An 18-yard kick by Prokop. And the Colts have the ball first down at their own 37-yard line. George's pass is complete for a first down to Jesse Hester. Vincent with the tackle.
Clarence Verdun, as the rule states here, even if it touches the punting team, it's not dead until the official blows it dead. Now watch Clarence Verdun. Oh, yeah, well, I guess the play dead. No, it isn't. There I go. But you can see the official there waving time is out.
It's just a step late.
That's right. You know,
really
if he'd been 2 steps earlier, maybe Clarence Verdun goes 70 and a touchdown.
First down, 49-yard line. Heads up play by Verdun. And this pass is incomplete to Reggie Langhorne. Vincent is the man that they are picking on. It'll be second down and 10, and the ball is at the 49-yard line. Be sure to be with us at halftime for the Domino Pizzas NFL Live halftime report with Will McDonough, Bob Costas, and O.J. Simpson with all the scores and highlights of the first half. George is on target to Hester. And suddenly the Colt offense is alive. Jarvis Williams with the tackle, a gain of 17 yards, 34-yard line of Miami.
We talk about quarterbacks threading the needle. Take a look at all the white shirts in the middle of the field and how George is able to get this ball into Hester. Good protection. Look at all the white shirts. 1, 2, 3. Great throw by George.
And a first down. And we have some movement by Pankey, and that will cost the Colts 5 yards. Yesterday when we were talking with Louis Oliver, the outstanding safety for the Miami Dolphins.
Start before the snap, number 75 offense. 5 yards, first down.
5-yard penalty on Pankey. Back to the conversation with Louis Oliver. He said that Jeff George reminds him of Dan Marino with that release and the way that he fires the ball. He said he doesn't have the offensive line that Marino has, but he really can be a great one. First down and 15. Far side, is it caught? Yes.
Nice catch.
Langhorne.
Same comeback route that they had 2 plays earlier. Charlie, you are absolutely right. They are really picking on Troy Vincent. Vincent into the backpedal. The ball's already thrown. Actually, you know what? That's just not bad coverage. That's just a tremendous throw. He threw that ball out of the break down low, and Langhorne came up with a catch.
Second down and 3. The ball at the 27-yard line of Miami. Miami on top, 7-0. Colts threatening for the second time in the ball game. This is dropped off underneath the coverage to Bill Brooks, and he's going to pick up the first down at the 24-yard line.
Charlie, Bill Brooks is actually a very interesting case. I remember his rookie year back in 1986 when I was playing. He had 60-plus catches, over 1,000 yards. Offensive Rookie of the Year, 8 or 10 touchdowns. And I really thought that he was going to be a star in this slate. But he's been solid but unspectacular, averaging about 60 catches and 900 yards, which really are pretty solid numbers. But he's never had that year since then to put him over the top as a superstar.
Here is Ken Clark, the ball carrier, and he's going to pick up a couple of yards. May have marked it 1 to the 23. And it will be second down and 9. David Griggs with the tackle.
This has got to be the fastest game you and I have broadcast this year.
It's moving right along. Don Olivadotti, the defensive coordinator for the Dolphins, checking the defense. One of the things, of course, that the no-huddle offense does, it keeps your defensive team on the field without making your specialty substitutions. Into the corner, it is incomplete. That's for the intended receiver. Vincent with the coverage. Your situation substitutions simply don't have time to come in and come out.
Jesse Hester on the top of your screen cuts to the outside. He's going deep all the way. Vincent, excellent coverage right here, right in the eyes of him. Ball thrown behind. Actually, if the ball's thrown behind maybe about a foot less, he might be able to come up with that catch. But give Vincent credit getting picked on, but he keeps coming back. Good coverage on Hester that time.
George, 11 of 16, 102 yards, third down and 9. Fumble on the snap, Miami recovers it. Dolphins have the ball. David Griggs, third big mistake for the Colts. There was a flag, a procedure called against the Indianapolis Colts.
Third down.
It is going to be a false start. So the down will be repeated because on that call, the ball is automatically dead.
Before the snap.
False start on Ray Donaldson.
Third down.
One of the difficulties with a no snap, particularly if we go on a quick count, is that everybody has to be set. Everybody come up there, and evidently not everyone was set, and that's why Bob McElwee made the call. And if nobody's set, that's absolutely right. The play is dead. The Colts get a break there.
Third down and 14. Blitz is coming, has a man open, knocked away. Excellent recovery. Troy Vincent. He was beaten and he closed on him. And Hobley with a safety blitz.
That was successful last time. Hobley came up the middle. Once again, he's not touched. Interesting 360 throw. He takes the punishment, but take a look at the end. Does Vincent get back in time, or should Langhorne have come up with this ball? Excellent release on the part of Langhorne. Where's the ball? He put his arm in there. I think that's a catchable ball. And you can see Langhorne's reaction there, too. I think he thinks the same thing. Give Vincent credit for coming back on it, but definitely Langhorne could have come up with that one.
46-yard field goal attempt by Biasucci, who has been struggling. He misses for the second time in the ball game. He has now missed 6 of his last 8.
Does somebody get a piece of it? Hard to tell. Very surprising that at a 46-yard kick he would be short. Nobody gets a piece of it, and as a result, second miss of the day, putting the Colts in an untenable position.
Dean Biasucci's struggle continues. He has missed from 31 yards left, 46 yards short on the season, 4 of 11.
And Charlie, job security in the National Football League is tenuous at best, but when you're less than 50% when the league-wide average is about 67, you got to be wondering what's going on.
There's Bobby Humphrey for the Dolphins. Ball is loose. The Colts have it. Miami has the ball at the 35-yard line. The referee is checking to make sure. Yes.
Bob McElwee making sure. You're absolutely right. Waiting to see from the sidelines whether or not he's down, but I don't think so. Number 44, Bobby Humphrey, the man they got in the trade for Sammy Smith. Now, take a look here at the end of the play. Is he down? That seems to be the big argument, as you can hear some of the boos in the background. Edmund puts his head right on the ball. Take a look from the cross angle. Is he down or is he on top of a body? Because if he's on top of a body, that's not necessarily down. Right there, just as Edmund comes in, he's not quite down. That's a good call by the official.
First down, Colts, Miami 35-yard line.
Crowd might not agree, but they were on top of it.
And
here is pass, wide open.
Wide open. And the recovery by Lewis Oliver. The high, lazy floater to Langhorne, and Oliver got there before the football. Johnson was so open.
Johnson waits just a little bit too long. He's got the run fake. Now, right now he should throw it. Now he holds up. Now watch the ball. You're absolutely right. It's like a jump shot, and Oliver able to come over right at the last minute and make the play. If he throws it just a little bit sooner, Langhorne completely fools Vincent. Look at Vincent come up for the run support. So once again, I can't reiterate enough, they are taking advantage of that rookie.
And he's holding his own. Pass is complete to Johnson, and he is decked by Brian Cox.
Charlie, the Colts shouldn't be in a hurry here. I know if the idea is with the no huddle, but the clock is running down here. They can let the clock go to the 2-minute warning if they want to, which they probably should. Johnson out in the flat is going to get creamed by Brian Cox. Doesn't see him coming. Now right here, if Jeff George is smart, if he could see the clock, he lets it go down to the 2-minute warning so he can go over and talk with Marcia Broda.
He takes the snap at the 2:05 mark, throws. It is caught, first down. And this is Reggie Langhorne who goes up and pulls it down over Troy Vincent. And they come now to the 2-minute warning with a gain of 20 yards. We'll be back in a moment.
Excellent job by Langhorne. Once again, the rookie Vincent, the first-round pick, being victimized.
First down, Miami 13-yard line. Dolphins lead 7-0. Right at the middle is Anthony Johnson. Brian Cox makes the tackle. It'll be second down.
It's a good call. I like that. The reason I do is because it takes the pass rushers off leaning forward, gets them back on their heels a little bit. 1:42 and counting on the 10-yard line. There's plenty of time for the Colt offense. You can see George there much more deliberate than he has been throughout the first half. He doesn't want to take any chances. He knows it down here on the 10-yard line. With that clock, the time right now is not of the essence.
Second and 7. And here is Johnson to the 4-yard line.
That could be close to a first down. I think
where they mark it.
Ted Marcia-Broda has really surprised Tom Olivadotti in the defense for the Dolphins. They've stayed with a 3-wide receiver package, but they've decided to run. Look at Cash come off on Hobley, and he cuts behind the block of Cash. You see where they marked that ball. Looked like he got to the 3-yard line, but they marked him just a little bit short. I don't think that's quite as generous as they could have been.
They come out not for the measurement particularly, but so that they can pick up and spot the ball at the hash mark at the exact distance that it is from the first down mark. And that is the reason they knew by taking the eye measurement that it wasn't a first down. But this is to make the spot at the 4-yard line. It's going to be third down and 1.
I'm sure that man right there, Tom Olivadotti, defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins, was surprised by those running plays. And of course, now the Colts have their big package in. Play action fake here would be absolutely huge.
The lead blocker is Carson. Rodney Culver is the I-back. Culver. He has the first down. Did he make it to the end zone? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Wow, and Marshall has to be happy about that. 3 straight running plays for a team. Number 28, as I mentioned earlier in the National Football League, Culver does a great job of following his lead blocker. Hutch number 35 just went completely up the back of Maurice Carthon, saying, where you go, I'll go. Look at him staying right on his buttock. Great block downfield by Charles Arbuckle, reserve tight end for the Colts, and the reaction by Ted Marchibroda. Yes, indeed, we punched that sucker in.
And for Culver, that is his 3rd touchdown of the year. And now for the tie, Biasucci with the extra point attempt. He's got it. And with 53 seconds left to go in the first half, we are tied at 7. A program note, tonight it's Secret Service and eyewitness video. Then it's an NBC world premiere movie inspired by the true story. A cop killed and his partner is out to get even. Where does justice end and revenge begin? In the line of duty street war. That's all tonight here on NBC. And it was the fumble by Bobby Humphrey and the recovery by the Colts, Mike Pryor, who got it, that set up that 35-yard drive in 6 plays.
Pretty big catch, too, by Reggie Langhorne on that 3rd down play. You know, I keep hearing the same thing regarding Jeff George. Just wait till he gets a supporting cast. Just wait. Well, I'm a believer today. I like the way he's run this offense. Maybe he's worth that $16 million they shelled out, huh?
Of course.
Who's worth $16 million? Come on.
Oh, you and me?
Yeah, thank you. Well, of course, as you mentioned, Charlie, the disputed fumble is really the issue. Bobby Humphrey, was he down? Now watch, you're going to see Steve Entman come into the picture, and his helmet's going to be put right on the ball. Is number 44 down right there?
No,
he's not.
So the ground does not cause the fumble.
It was the helmet on the ball that caused the fumble. We heard a groan from about 70,000 that didn't agree with that.
But they were seeing it with their hearts, not with their eyes. Big difference. And here's the kickoff with Williams and Parmalee. And it is Mike Williams. He will down it in the end zone. And Miami will go to work with 53 seconds left to go in the first half at their own 20-yard line. That's a lot of time for Marino. Be sure to stay with us for the Domino Pizza NFL Live halftime report. Bob Costas, Will McDonough, O.J. Simpson will bring you up to date with all the scores and highlights around the NFL this afternoon.
Interesting point here, Charlie. Since that touchdown catch by Keith Jackson, I don't think we've seen him in the lineup, and now they're going with their 4 wide receiver package, but Keith Jackson really had been an integral part of that. They did not take him out on 3rd down as they do most of the other tight ends in National Football League. Maybe his groin's hurting him a little bit.
Marino's first pass is complete. This is to Mark Clayton. He goes out of bounds. He's got the first down.
Well, number 83, Marino and Clayton, it's kind of like Abbott and Costello, Martin and Lewis. They've been together forever. There he is in the slot. Have the zone package. Clayton has seen this coverage a million times. Comes to the outside, gets across for the first down, and gets out of bounds to preserve the clock. Took all of 7 seconds.
A gain of 14, 34-yard line. First down, Miami. 46 seconds now left to go in the first half. Marino again from the shotgun. And he goes deep, and it is incomplete. Tony Martin, the intended receiver. Pryor had the coverage. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Johnny, for the fans out there, one of the most difficult things, I think, for Rick Venturi and, quite frankly, any defensive coordinator in the National Football League is that how many times have you watched a game on television, the defense has played outstanding, then in the last 2 minutes, all of a sudden they go with that prevent defense. The only thing it does is prevent them from winning, as many people talk about. Rick Venturi here has to decide what he's going to do to mix it up in terms of man-for-man and zone to confuse Marino, to not give him the same looks, and not afford him the opportunities he did against Cleveland on Monday Night Football, just to march down the field.
Here's the screen to Bobby Humphrey. Humphrey through the 40, the 45, Humphrey through the 50-yard line. 16 yards on the play. Tony Stargell with the tackle at the 50. Miami will stop the clock with 30 seconds left to go first half.
Well, the offense of the Dolphins catches the Colts in a zone, backpedaling downfield. Here's Marino just dumping off the screen pass to Humphrey, and as soon as he cuts upfield, as soon as the one block right here is made on Belzer by Galbraith, there is a lot of yardage. And the 16-yard gain puts him in midfield with only 30 seconds left. Marino right on top of it. He knows all he has to do is turn around and get Bob McElwee's attention right here. Timeout, save us some time. Heads up on the part of 13.
And we talked to Don Shula yesterday. We asked you about Bobby Humphrey. He said one of the reasons that he wanted to trade for Humphrey was his versatility. He said not only can he run with the ball, he is an excellent receiver, and also he is an excellent blocker, picking up the blitz when he stays back with Marino in the shotgun.
And that's surprising, Charlie, because those who follow football realize in his first 2 years with the Denver Broncos, he was a 1,000-yard rusher, a 25-carry-a-game guy, and quite frankly, a lot of people didn't realize that he could do the number of things he can do.
Don Shula has been following since his collegiate days in Alabama. Now, here's Marino scrambling for the first down, has it slide, covered from behind, should be no flag, and there's not. And that was Willis Pegues who came over to cover him. And Miami will take their second timeout to stop the clock, and the ball is at the 39-yard line of the Colts.
I'm glad you said that. I really am. Because how is a defensive lineman supposed to know whether or not the guy is sliding or whether or not he's supposed to run?
Or when he's going to slide.
Exactly. Now here at the end of the play, you're going to see Marino starting to the slide. Willis Pegues right behind him, falls over the top of him. Marino looks over and wants a call, but you're absolutely right. That was a good non-call on the part of the officials.
Now Marino is arguing to the officials, and I'm wondering if it's the spot of the ball, if he felt that his slide was a little further down. Let's go back and see.
Well, again, the rule states that when they start the slide is when that's where they're going to mark it. So right here. Right there. Yeah, just right on the 39-yard line.
See, he thought he was at the 37. He was sliding down for a couple of more yards.
Good job by the official. But wait a minute. Here's the other beef that he had. You could see by the look on his face he wanted that call. And I said, you and I were with Dan Marino in Kauai. The man's 6'4", 2 1/4. He's no shrinking violet. Come on, Dan. Take a couple of those shots.
No, he wanted a few more yards. The ball at the 39-yard line. 18 seconds left to go first half. And a first down. And he started back at their own 20-yard line. Ball game tied at 7. Marino flushed out of the pocket. Waits for help to come back. And it's intercepted. On the ricochet, it is Stargell who has it on the rebound. The Colts have the ball. 5 seconds left in the half of the turnover.
Well, this is a great play on the part of Marino. He said, Marshall wrote us like, kneel down. No kidding. Dan Marino's flushed out of the pocket. Watch his left arm as he waves Banks back towards him. He's telling Banks to come back towards him. Watch Dan Marino. Come back. Come back. Come back. And watch him throw the ball. Put it right on the numbers, but Banks just can't come up with it. Watch the ball bounce up right to Stargell. There's the gift. He cuts across the field and gets hammered. As you saw Ted Marshall just kneel down. We're content to come in 7-7. Tony Stargell just recently off, former Jet player, recently off injured reserve. In fact, activated for this game, gets himself a Jet. And the Colts really, Charlie, have been playing some outstanding defense here in the first half.
It is halftime. The score, 7-7. NFL Live after these messages from your local station.
Monday, Will gets busted.
Parking tickets up the yin-yang.
And tries to buy off the judge.
I thought he was selling candy.
Then it's Halloween at Blossoms. The girls are freaked. The guys are girls. And Joey's getting a Halloween treat. Whoa! It's an all-new Fresh Prince Blossom Hour, NBC Monday.
Someone she trusts is a killer. Everyone around her is turning up dead. Rosanna Arquette, Anthony Perkins in the Deep Woods, NBC Monday.
Your Toyota dealer has an open invitation for you. Come see the all-new Toyota Corolla, designed to be the best in its class, with more room and safety features, more power, and a very quiet ride. And there's more. Check out the '93 Camry with introductory deals priced to sell now. Looking for the most affordable value? There's 93 Tercels with 3 models priced under $10,000. The door is open to big savings on 93 Celicas. But don't wait, because when the doors close, your Toyota dealer's introductory deals are over.
Catch them if you can, Sunday on the Sports Machine. I'm Bill Brooks of the Indianapolis Colts, and today in America, we have a crisis. Single-parent families are deteriorating. Fatherless families are in trouble, particularly when it comes to raising sons. This is a picture of a black family, but something is missing. What the family in this picture needs is a father figure, someone to provide a strong emotional bond, attachment, commitment, and love. When there is no father figure, this need can be filled by a mentor. That's why the United Way supports the 100 Black Men Project here in Indianapolis, where black male role models are trained and work with individual black children to provide personal interactions that give a child self-esteem and love. But that goes hand in hand with ensuring physical and scholastic tutoring. Being a mentor to help save these children is the most rewarding experience in any of our lives. To all of you who support your United Way, thanks. Right?
Your local United Way, helping where help is needed most.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
Welcome back to Joe Robbie Stadium. This is Charlie Jones and Todd Christensen. The ball game tied at halftime, 7-7. Are you surprised?
Yeah, I really am. I think that the one thing that the Colts have done, and it surprised me because Ted Marshall said they weren't going to do it,
yes,
was
so
run
you knew automatically.
That's right, is run the football. Really, Marino and the Dolphins have not been on the field that often, and as a result, the Colts have been very effective and playing quite well.
And also Jeff George, the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. He does look good, doesn't he?
Well, he's the real McCoy. I don't think there's any doubt about it. You know, we were kidding him about, all the money that he got and everything else, but, certainly he's doing an outstanding job, particularly with the new offense.
One of the things he said about Jeff George, last year he took a tremendous number of sacks. Todd pointed that out in the first half as you look now at the Coors Light halftime statistics. And that is the coaching staff feels, and I think the other players, that he proved his toughness as a quarterback. And somewhere along the line, you have to do that in the National Football League.
Well, when in your first 10 games you play with 10 different offensive lines, yes, I think that certainly does prove to your peer that you are a tough guy. And Jeff George in his hometown has proven he's taken the boos, he's taken a lot of abuse, and now with Ted Marshall and, some improving players like the first rounders they got on defense, the good times are ahead for that man, number 11.
Mike Williams and Bernie Parmalee set to return the kickoff. Parmalee, the rookie free agent from Ball State, appearing in his first NFL game. And Williams is going to run it out. And he almost makes it back to the 20-yard line. 22 yards on the return.
That was Tony Stargill who made the interception that makes the tackle inside the 20. Oh, boy, that hurt, too, that left leg. He took a shot.
For the Dolphins, their first half possession.
Well, again, on that first drive, they just marched down the field, but since then, give credit to the defense of the Colts. Even minus Quentin Coriat, who we found out ended up breaking his wrist.
Yes, it's a fractured wrist, and Coriat will be out 4 to 6 weeks. Big loss for the Colts. And Scott Radicic replaces him in the defensive set. And the pass is to Tony Page.
Naturally, when you say that, they pick on Scott Radicic right away. Tony Page, heading into this game, had 24 catches. 5'10", 245 pounds. His forte, of course, is as the lead blocker, but he does do a nice job coming out of the backfield from time to time as a safety valve for number 13.
They're going to spot it at the 27-yard line, so it's going to be second down and 2. This is the opening drive of the second half. The ball game for the Colts. Dolphins is tied at 7. Marquez. And he is down right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and short. Sam Clancy, who has replaced John Hand, who is not playing because of a knee injury combined with an ankle injury.
Keith Jackson back in the game now at tight end. Get a chance to see his blocking skills. Not watch number 88 on Chip Banks. Yeah, okay, well, maybe not. Good try, Keith.
Third down and 2. Reno to throw. Dumps it off to Page. And the screen contest may go to the Dolphins. Just trying to pick up the first down. Chris Good was there, the cornerback of the Colts. Let's see where they spot it.
Well, now this is interesting. That really looked to be a very generous spot. Of course, Tony Page, as we mentioned, 245 pounds. Miami's version, if you remember the old Don Nottingham, the human bowling ball. Tony Page with a similar physique. Now he catches it, but he's not far enough downfield. coming up to make the hit. Look at this. This is WWF right here. He needs a takedown big time, but I think Chris Good held him short. At least it appeared from this vantage point he did.
And Good is giving away almost 50 pounds. First down.
Defensive coordinator Rick Venturi isn't terribly happy about that mark. Look at his reaction. This is taped earlier. Oh, come on. Come on. And, of course, you know, marking the football, those of you fans who watch a lot of football know it's not exactly, it is no exact science by any stretch.
29-yard line, first down Miami. Play action fake. Marino throws, first down. Clayton in the Colt territory. .23 yards.
Certainly Mark Clayton given a little bit too much room, trying to give him the impression it's man coverage, but Clayton finding the seam in the zone. Oh, look at that. Boy,
Radisic, the linebacker, dropping back to make the tackle.
And he was lucky to make that catch. Look at Chip Banks come in. Tony Page, look at the blocking job he does there on Chip Banks. It actually helps to be a little bit shorter because then you have that leverage, and number 49 took advantage of it there.
49-yard line of the Colts. Marino goes for it all, and it's incomplete. Super, the intended receiver, Eugene Daniel picked him up. It'll be second down and 10 back at the Indianapolis 49-yard line.
And Eugene Daniel did an outstanding job. This is a hook and go route. Duper goes to the outside, but Daniel's not buying any of it. Cutting in front, that was a good coverage on the part of number 38.
Ball game tied 7-7. Just over 2.5 minutes deep into the third quarter. And Marino has a second down and 10 at the Colt 49-yard line. 13 of 19, 133 yards, and that one interception right at the end of the first half on the ricochet that Tony Stargell picked up. Bobby Humphrey in the backfield now with Marino. Humphrey picks up the blitzer. The pass is complete at the 40-yard line. And then is Keith Jackson trying to stretch out for the spot. And let's see where the officials mark it. John Baylor was there for the Colts.
I think for the extra money, Keith Jackson feels obligated to be a cheerleader as well as a pass catcher. Physically dominant. Baylor has him in coverage, but watch number 88 just flick him to the side. He's going to the outside. Nice throw by Marino. Now watch him struggle and try and get the first down. Lean the ball ahead. A little bit short. Once again, number 13 is finding Jackson more and more. Bit of a mismatch there on the part of Baylor and Jackson.
Third down, about half a yard to go for the first down. And Higgs is stopped. He's going to lose a couple of yards on the play. As Mark Higgs is cut down by Tony McCoy. McCoy, the rookie from Florida, taken in the 4th round of the draft, and he's looking for some cheerleading skills also.
Now I find this.
Oh, look at that. Look at his eye. He's really ready.
Well, I tell you what, though, Charlie, I'm surprised at this point now. They're on the 42-yard line. They have 4th and 3, and I think Schuler's just frustrated over what's going on. Look at Keith Jackson begging to get back in the game. They decided to go with their 4 wide receiver package. And if they don't get the first down here, that man right there with 312 career victories is certainly going to be second guessed.
4th down and 3. Marino dumps it on it. At the 41-yard line by Bobby Humphrey.
And Steve Entman is the man that made the play. Coming from the other side, Steve Entman had been playing right defensive end. He moved over to the left for this key 4th down play. Watch number 90, Steve Entman, get his left hand on the ball. Watch to the left of your screen. Watch the ball just get deflected. Watch the left hand right there, just enough, and Humphrey can't reach it. Big defensive stand for the Colts here as they'll have the ball when we get back.
Hertz #1 Club Gold. Hertz's fastest service, now in more locations coast to coast. By Coors Light, the Silver Bullet is the right beer now. By Delta Airlines. At Delta, we love to fly, and it shows. And by Mazda. Mazda, it just feels right.
The Colts take over and down. Shula Gamble's 4th and 3. And the Colts have the ball first down. Play action, fake. Everybody buys it. He goes deep as a man. He's overthrown. Langhorne cannot get to it. He has a step on the secondary. He'll be second down.
Jeff George got greedy on that situation. Here he has the misdirection. Watch, it's going to come to the right of your screen. Watch number 88, Cash, is going to come out. He's wide open. Just get him the ball right there, wide open. Got a 15-yard gain. Instead, you go for the less percentage play, and he overthrows, and now he comes up 2nd and 10 instead of having first down past midfield. Not a good decision on the part of Jeff George.
2nd down and 10. Here's the blitz, drops it off right side. This is Johnson. And he is down at the 47-yard line.
Nice block on the part of Kevin Call, leading that kind of miniature screen out there. That actually, he throws that backwards. That should probably go to his rushing statistics. Just a miniature screen. Watch number 51, Cox, come out. Now watch Kevin Call cut him. Watch the lead block right there. Great block on the part of 71, enabling Johnson to get 6 yards.
And Louis Oliver was waiting for him at the 48-yard line. It's 3rd down and 4. It is tipped, airborne, intercepted. Miami has the ball. Jarvis Williams. With a Jarvis jive.
We talk a lot about the sidearm throw, and sometimes he can come back to haunt you. As his shoulders slide down, watch the sidearm a little bit. The ball has a low trajectory, and so low it came off the helmet of Jeff Cross. So once it's up in the air, you know those eyes light up for the defensive backs. Jarvis Williams is the recipient of that largesse, and now Don Shula will not be second-guessed with regards to his decision to go for it on 4th and 3. Turnover for the Dolphins as they start at their own 44.
First down, Miami. Ball game tied 7-7. 9:55 time remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Reno sends 5 on the pattern deep over the middle. This is tipped. Colts have the interception. It is Mike Pryor with the interception.
A lot of tips today. Dan Marino's frustrated because he had Keith Jackson wide open in the middle of the field. Keith Jackson on the circle route. Take a look at number 88 in the middle of the field, wide open. But Scott Radisick, excellent effort. The replacement for Quentin Coriat tips the ball in the air, enabling Pryor to get the pickoff. Scott Radisick, veteran player of Penn State, Buffalo, and a number of other organizations, comes in. Big play for him.
And the Colts have the ball at the Miami 46-yard line. 3 wide receivers, first down. And here is Johnson to the 40-yard line. Gain of 6, it'll be 2nd down and 4.
Bad tackling on the part of the Dolphins there, Charlie. They had Johnson stuffed for no gain, even a loss. Give credit to Johnson for moving his legs and running through the tackles of David Griggs. 5-yard gain. This man has to be a little bit nervous because at this point in a lot of the other games, the Colts running game is non-existent, and they can just pin their ears back and rush the passer. Now they can't do that.
2nd down and 4. Flag is down. Anthony Johnson is down. We'll go back to the market. Very few flags in this ball game.
I'm sorry to laugh, but compared to last week.
Well, not everybody was with us last week.
Okay, good point. It would seem that...
But if you were...
Yeah.
In the Houston-Denver game.
Illegal motion, number 23, offense. 2nd down.
Last week we set the record for number of flags west of the Mississippi River.
No doubt about it. Anthony Johnson just a little bit anxious here. You can see here he's going to shuffle right there. I don't know, though. Even though he moves a little bit, his feet were still. But Bob McElwee called it that way, and now it's 2nd and 10.
Another flag is down. We're going to have a false start call, I believe. They're going to stop the play.
Well, obviously they paid attention to Charlie saying...
False start, number 75, offense, before the snap.
That's an Irv Pankey.
5 yards, 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down and 14 as we go back to the 50-yard line.
Here's Irv Pankey right here. Watch him rock back a little bit on the quick snap, and inevitably that's what happens. Rocking just a little bit. Boy, that's kind of close.
Second down and 14.
I'm sure Irv is thinking to himself, hey, when I was in L.A., it wasn't like that.
And here's the draw to Anthony Johnson. Well, he'll fight you for every inch. They're going to mark it up at the 47-yard line, so he has 3. It'll be third down and 11.
He took a shot.
And he got big time bent back, didn't he?
Well, and he also took a shot to the face on the part of Louis Oliver that I thought wasn't terribly necessary. If we can get a replay at the end of the play, watch number 25 come up here. You're absolutely right. You got to like the courage of number 23. He just keeps fighting through. Take a look right here. It looks like he's down. Cox has him down, coming over to help. But look at that. He struggles through. Now watch at the end of the play. Watch Oliver right here. Watch where the forearm goes. Certainly you could call that. Boy, that was totally unnecessary. That certainly could have got a flag.
We have an injury timeout. We'll be back in a moment. The end of that last play, and really this is uncalled for by Louis Oliver.
Well, it is, Charlie, because I understand the defensive players have to make statements. Louis Oliver playing at a Pro Bowl level this year, 3 interceptions against the Buffalo Bills. But take a look at the end of this play. He's down, play's over. This is totally unnecessary. This is the sort of, right here with the elbow to the face, that's the sort of thing the officials should flag. Fortunately, there's the man right there, very resilient. I was concerned for his leg. If you notice, his left leg bent underneath there, but he got up, walked right off the field.
Also, Randy Dixon was hurt on the play, number 69, and a card has come out now. And he will be taken in underneath the stadium locker room for x-rays. The report on Quentin Coriat, in case you missed it, he has a fractured wrist, out 4 to 6 weeks. The rookie defensive linebacker for the Colts. Ron Sold has a shoulder injury, but he may be coming back in the ballgame. He's back in the ballgame as Dixon has come out. He's going to come over to left tackle, and Trevor Maddich is going to left guard, and Trevor Maddich is going to go into right guard for the Colts.
Charlie, I was going to say heading into this game, of course, Zephyrus Moss didn't start, and now with Dixon out, that means the left side of the line is completely reserves now. And this is the very problem that Jeff George had last year. You see on the sidelines they're tending to William Schultz, a man who had a touchdown catch of all things last week
from the tight end
position for the Colts. And now I'm sure that even though he doesn't want to think about it, Jeff George has to be a little bit concerned about three starting offensive linemen hurt.
Let me look around and see who's here. And if I recognize them all. Third and 10. Here's pressure. Thrown down by Marco Coleman.
Marco Coleman showing the speed of the youngster Irv Pankey, does not get back quite far enough to give him the right angle. Now right there, Jeff George, that spin right there cost him about 8 yards. He should have just taken the sack right there. Coleman showing great speed from the outside. Frustration there on the part of number 11.
And now the celebration. Now, here is what's happening. All of a sudden, there's more and more of the celebrations on the field, not necessarily in the end zone. It's going to get out of hand, and the NFL is going to have to legislate it again. Here's Vincent from the 20-yard line. Nice little fake. He's to the 25, spins, and is down with a 5-yard return. We have a timeout. The score, Colts 7, Dolphins 7, back in a moment. Brody yesterday, he said, you know, we always play the Dolphins well.
Yeah, I think that everybody's really surprised. 3-3 versus 6-0 at home of the team 6-0. I think everybody just assumed the Colts are going to roll over and die, and they've done anything but.
But for the Miami Dolphins, this is a game that they should win.
Yeah, that's right. I think the teams do that, and even Ted Marcia-Broda mentioned the fact that when they look at the schedule, they look at the games they should win. Miami, I'm sure, is surprised that they're in this dogfight, but once again, you got to give the Colt players credit.
Miami has the ball, first down at their own 25-yard line. Reno wants to set a screen left side. It is almost intercepted. That would have been a touchdown for Sam Clancy. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. It's incomplete.
Well, the Colts got burned by that screen earlier. This time they did a good job of reading it. But what they also did in such a good job of reading it is someone tackled Bobby Humphrey.
Holding. Number Number 76, defense, 5 yards, automatic first down.
Well, that was Sam Clancy that had a grasp on Bobby Humphrey. Look at the smile he has on his face. Well, I almost got away with it. What's the deal? Come on. Watch the left of your screen as they go out. That's Higgs. Look at the arm right there. Right there, he grabs onto it. He tips the ball up in the air and can't come up with it, but the official with the eagle eye caught him with the right arm around Higgs.
First down, 30-yard line. Greg Beatty is the tight end for the Dolphins. Reno over the middle to Tony Page. First down. Page picks it up. Jeff Arad makes the tackle.
Tony Page once again with a circle route coming out of the backfield. And what happens is when you lean that body 245 pounds up the field, take a look at when he gets his momentum going. Watch 49, little circle route. Now watch when he hits the field. Boink. Now watch the two. Bang. That's tough for Rod and Baylor to stop that bowling ball heading upfield. No, that's not 235. That's not right. I'm sorry.
That's what you call a program weight.
Exactly.
It's a little bit. It'd be 235. First down, Miami, their own 42-yard line. Marino to throw again. Flag is down. He is on target. As the play stands, it'll be a first down at the 44-yard line of the Colts, but there was a flag down in the backfield of the Dolphins. And I'll be holding against Miami. They'll bring it back. So nullify a play worth 14 yards.
Holding, number 62, offense, 10 yards, first down.
And with 6:26 left to go in the third quarter, the score is still the Colts 7 and the Dolphins 7.
That's Harry Galbraith with the hold on Tony McCoy. You saw Tony McCoy gesturing and yelling at him. I don't know if that's so smart in the interior.
And it'll be first down and 20 back at the Miami 32-yard line. To throw. Page, and he is stopped at the 37-yard line by Scott Radisick. Gain of 5.
Now we have a close look at number 49, or we did just for a second. If we get, come on.
You want to check out his weight?
Yeah, come on, 239. A definite Dunlop's disease right there.
A Dunlop over my belt.
Yes, indeed.
That's right.
I tell you, look at that, 6 catches, that gives him 30 on the season. Multi-purpose back. I remember talking to some of the coaches there with Detroit, and they admit they really made a mistake letting this guy go on plan B, because he has been a vital member of the offense of the Miami Dolphins, doing a lot of the unsung things with the short passes and lead blocking. We've protected Reno more than once from a blitzer.
4 wide receiver, and Bobby Humphrey is in the backfield. Reno deep over the middle, and he overthrows his intended receiver. And that was Mark Duper.
Tony Stargell on the coverage did a nice job. In route means that number 45 has to be with him all over the field. And of course, Mark Duper with world-class speed. Watch him cut into your screen. Watch 45 right with him, step for step. Ball a little bit high, but Stargell right there.
And it's third down and 15. Stargell with an interception to his credit in the ballgame. His first interception on the year. He's been bothered a bit recently by a knee injury. Third down. Again, 4 wide receivers. Far side, 2 flags are down. Clayton, the intended receiver.
They're going to get defensive holding, and they have a choice of 2.
Did they miss somebody?
The illegal contact that they're mentioning was at least 15 yards downfield.
We have 2 fouls. Illegal contacts, number 45 defense. Holding, defense. 5 yards, automatic first down.
Obviously, they take the holding because that's the automatic first down. Look at Stargell now. They're a good 15 yards downfield. He can't do that. Obviously, he can't bump him downfield. He screams at the official. Duper whines enough to get the flag. On the other side of the field, coming out of the break. That's very catchable.
Well, that may not have been what we were looking at.
No, that wasn't the penalty, but that's Mark Clayton, and I know that he feels fortunate now that there was a penalty, because he's got to be a little embarrassed by that ball.
And remember, the line of scrimmage was the 37-yard line, so the 5-yard penalty takes it to the Miami 42. and the automatic first down. Higgs and Page in the backfield, and here is Higgs. His first legs out to the 50, and he is checked at the 50-yard line. He's got 8, and John Baylor brings him down. You are watching the undefeated Miami Dolphins with a record of 6-0, and the Indianapolis Colts, their record is 3-3. 4 minutes and 50 seconds. That is the time remaining. We're in the third quarter at Joe Robbie Stadium in a contest that is tied at 7-7. And both touchdowns coming on the ground. Mark Higgs from 2 yards out for Miami, and it was Rodney Culver from 4 yards out for Indianapolis. And all scoring coming in the second quarter as Higgs picks up the first down.
Back-to-back running plays, a total of 14 yards. The Dolphins now realizing that the Colts are really playing for the pass. Scott Radisek cutting inside. Nice job by Dellenbach getting him down. Banks and Good come in on the tackle, but that's too late. First down for the Dolphins. The interior doing a nice job on the... That's Dennis pushing Banks out of the way. He cuts to the outside, and again, right side of the offensive line of the Dolphins doing the job.
And it is Mark Higgs at 5'7", 195 pounds. He picks up the first down. And flags are down. The pitch was to Higgs. They were setting up a flea flicker.
Not anymore.
Start. Number 84, offense. Before the snap, 5-yard, first down.
And that is on Greg Beatty, who is the tight end.
Moved just a little bit too quick. Once again, in a blocking situation, here's 80. Well, it was more than just Beatty. Of course, there's a lot of people.
The right side of the line.
He's the one that's most noticeable in for Keith Jackson. Greg Beatty, former starter for the New England Patriots. Now relegated to a reserve role behind that man, number 88.
And Jackson, of course, bothered by that groin injury, playing more than we even suspected when we talked with the Dolphins yesterday.
Well, Keith Jackson reminds me of what Greg Buttle once said when he was in contract negotiations. He said, you know, because I tell you what, I'll play the games for free, but you don't have to pay me to practice.
So, first and 15.
So this is the practice, isn't it?
Oh, they did it! Again, they carry right back with it. In the double coverage, and it is complete at the 10-yard line.
Amazing. That's amazing. This is just a gaffe on the part of the Colt defense. The exact same play the Dolphins are thinking to themselves, well, come on, they're not going to think we're going to do it again. Oh, yeah? This is a flag route on the part of Duper, completely across the field, still showing the world-class speed at age 33. Marino lays it right in there, and number 85 knows what to do with it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Stoyanovich with the point after. It is good. And Miami leads 14-7.
Why can't van doors swing open instead of slide? Why do minivans handle like trucks? Why can't they feel more like a car? This is what the engineers at Mazda wondered when they designed the MPV. Because when you ask better questions, you tend to come up with better answers.
Why does your door do that?
The MPV from the new Mazda.
It just feels right.
The Postal Service would like to present 2-day priority mail. That's delivery in just 2 days of up to 2 pounds for just $2.90. Remember, 2 days, 2 pounds, $2.90. 2-day priority mail from your Postal Service.
We deliver for you.
For pickup service, call 1-800-222-1811.
The phrase, he who hesitates is lost. Take a look at Eugene Daniel right here on the right of your screen. Watch as he backpedals, and just for a split second, he looks in the backfield right there, and that's too late. Duper cuts across him with the superior speed, and Marino puts the ball right on the money. And back-to-back flea flickers. Unbelievable. Number 13 has to like this one. Little body English to the left. Yeah, that's right. Touchdown. He points over to the sideline saying, that's a lot of guts to call it back-to-back, but we pulled it off.
So Beach Stoyanovich will be kicking off. Ken Clark and Clarence Verdun are the deep backs on the return. Clark 32, Verdun 83. Time remaining in the third. Verdun from the 12, he's out to the 20, the 25. Return across the 30-yard line, a flag is down. Bruce Alexander making the tackle for the Dolphins. The report on Randy Dixon, it is a head injury, and he probably will return. William Schultz has a
Number
lower leg
81
injury.
on the return team, holding on the return. 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's on tight end Charles Arbuckle. Schultz probably will not return. So the Colts have the ball on their own 18-yard line, first down. They trail 14-7, and the crowd here at Joe Robbie Stadium is into this game big time. Here comes the blitz. George gets it off, and it is incomplete. Again, they're picking on Troy Vincent, and it was Lippert Hobley who was coming with the pressure.
They actually take a page out of the Houston playbook. They put all the receivers to the left side, isolate him to the left, look left. Now watch him come back right, knowing he has man-for-man coverage. Nice touch on the ball. Very close to a great catch here on the part of Langler. Watch the fingertips right at the end. Oh, man. That would have been special if he could have come up with it. Once again, you're right. Vincent being picked on, but rising to the occasion, at least on that play.
Second down and 10. Trial under fire for quarterback, the rookie Troy Vincent. Now coming to this side, there was nobody there. Shula wants to call intentional grounding. He's coming down to help the officials all the way down the 25-yard line.
Well, he has a legitimate point. Once again, it's that mini screen they set up to the left to Ken Clark, and Marco Coleman comes out and reads it perfectly. He wasn't fooled at all. He didn't come upfield, and as a result, George had absolutely nobody else to go to, and he did. He just threw the ball away.
Coleman. Jeff George has completed only one of his last 5 throws.
The move of Marco Coleman, the defensive end, I think might be permanent after today. 6 tackles, 2 sacks, and right there, Barry heads up.
George slips and slides to the right, buys some time, throws, pass is incomplete. Hessler could not hang on to it, and again, they're picking on Vincent, but this was Louis Oliver who picked up the coverage.
And that look says it all right there. How frustrating. Scramble out of 2 near sacks. Number 11 is not going to make anybody forget Steve Young with scrambling ability, but right there, gets away from Cross, gets away from Griggs. Now he hustles to the outside. Look out, Beleaguer. Look at the shoulder pad flapping. Gets it right on the number,
right
number 84, Jesse Hester.
Hester
and he can't hold on. Frustrating for Jeff George.
Ron Stark will be kicking, and it is Vincent as the return man.
Boy, is he been kicking the ball well today.
Vincent backs up, takes it at the 30. He drops it. He picks it up at the 25. He's back to the 30. And he is hit and dropped to the 32-yard line. So he's been a busy, busy Dolphin. We've got a timeout, and the Dolphins have the lead. I got a horse right here.
Yeah.
I just couldn't resist it. Next Saturday, NBC Gulfstream, just right up the... what is it, I-95? A1A? It's nearby. It is a long, what it is, it's a Ron Stark kick from here. Breeders' Cup, NBC, be there. You'll really enjoy it. First down, 32-yard line for the Dolphins. Miami leading by 7. Here's Mark Hicks. Let me ask you something. Is Miami now leading, but with 2.5 minutes to go in the third, the Colts playing them a very tough ball game? Are the Dolphins taking a little time off the clock?
Well, I think what happened is that when they started the half, you know, they got the kickoff, and it seemed like they had, what, 5, 6 straight throws. They never did run the ball, and they weren't all that effective. And as a result, the Colts could get into some of their nickel and dime packages and really were frustrating Marino. I think that what they're trying to do now is reestablish the running game.
2nd down and 5. Marino throws right side. No.
Good call. Good call by the official. Everybody's screaming in his face, but that left foot was on the chalk. Watch the left foot of Mark Duper right at the end. You've seen this play a million times, but watch it kick up chalk. Watch the left foot. There's the right foot, left foot right on the chalk. Good call by the official. You're going to be able to see it from another angle. Where's that left foot? Get down. Good call. Ron Baines, the line judge, came sprinting up to say incomplete.
3rd down and 5. 5 wide receivers. And this is Tony Martin trying to weave his way to the first down. If they mark it there, he's going to be about a half a step shy. Dwayne Bickett with the tackle. Let's go back. Let me just reiterate about the Breeders' Cup. Of course, Pleasant Tap, Strike the Goal, AP Indy, they will all be there. That's the Breeders' Cup at Gulfstream Park. That is next Saturday at 1:30 Eastern Time here on NBC. Well, what a great day at the race.
Once again, Rick Venturi not terribly happy about that spot. Here it is at the top. The receivers are cutting out, and then one is going to come underneath. That's what they've been able to do all day, and that's the complaint that Venturi has with regards to the pick plays. He weaves his way inside. Where does he get tackled? Right there, he gets tackled on about the 41.5-yard line. That was a decent mark.
And about a foot shy of the first down, so it is 4th down and a foot, and Joe Prokop comes in to kick. Now, he has not been effective kicking at all. Maybe, 19 yards, 27 yards. 2 for 29 is an average along is 39.
So we had a flea flicker. Who knows? Maybe they can snap the ball to the up back James Saxon. He might lean forward.
Clarence Verdun is set as the return man.
Then again, maybe not.
Head movement, and that'll be a false start called against the left guard of the Dolphins.
That's false start. That's number Tony 49. Page. Offense before the snap. 5 yards, 4th down.
Look at his reaction. Oh, brother. Every time defensive linemen, particularly on punt return, they always fake the rush. Look at that, standing up like they're faking the rush, and Tony Page bought it. If you saw the look on his face, it was like, oh, brother, how did I buy that?
But he's a fullback. He's not used to have people jump up in his face.
Oh, he's been on that punt team a number of years, Charlie. Shame on me is what he's saying.
4th and 5. Good kick. His best of the night.
Indeed.
Taken at the 15-yard line. And here is Verdun. Reverses his field, pops to the open. He's to the 30. He's to the 40. Has a blocker. He's to the 35. Can he be caught? He's to the 20. The 10.
What a run
scores.
What a run back. Very returnable ball. That's exactly what happens. Finally, a good punt for Joe Prokop, but he outkicks the coverage.
Suddenly, the Colts are within 1 with the extra point to come.
Now watch what he's going to do as he cuts to the right. Watch him cut upfield. The play is designed. Now watch here. He cuts back, and there's nobody there. What happened is the Miami Dolphin coverage anticipated the wall, waited on the outside for him, and Verdun cuts back to the middle. Great job by Clarence Verdun, all on his own, spontaneous, up the middle cut. Great return.
And now the extra point.
And now they're having a problem because of the number of injuries to offensive linemen. They're screaming for somebody to get out on the field. And that's Willis Pegues that has to come in because of the injuries to William Schultz.
And the extra point is good. And this ball game is tied 14-14. And we'll take still another look at the return of Clarence Verdun.
If I can get a chance to stop it for you, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about in terms of what the wall is set up here to the right. Now, if you can stop it right here, this is where everybody is. Everybody's anticipating that Verdun is going to come by and pick up his phalanx of blockers. Instead, Verdun cuts up the middle, and as a result, there are no Dolphins in the middle. See them all piling there to the right? Verdun is all alone here, and he picks up the blocks, and right here, it's his speed versus Lifford Hobley's, and as a result, Verdun wins it, going the distance.
And Clarence Verdun, 84 yards for the touchdown.
And he's not the only one running here. Take a look at Ted Marchibroda following it. Yes, okay, I can run a little too. Lou Holtz isn't the only one that has yardage in terms of that sideline.
And with 55 seconds left to go, third quarter, this ball game is tied 14-14.
And the crowd, as you mentioned, Charlie, that was so much into the game earlier, is definitely stunned right here.
And with 55 seconds left to go in the third, Dean Biasucci will be kicking off with Bernie Parmalee and Mike Williams, the return men for the Miami Dolphins.
Weird face mask. Isn't it?
It is a bit different. Listen, kickers are different.
Amen.
And here's Mike Williams from the 5. He's to the 15, the 20. He's to the 25. He's to the 30. And then is thrown out of bounds by Dean Biasucci. Face mask and all.
That was
look at it. Hey, yeah. Look at it.
Well, that was a serious hit.
Oh, yeah.
Not bad.
29 yards on the return, and Biasucci with the tackle.
Contrary to what most people think, the kicker is not the last vestige of defense. You usually have a safety back, but number 4 here actually doesn't just try and trip him. He actually, look at that, grabs him and slams him out of bounds. He's going to brag to his friends about it when he gets home tonight. Hey, did you see my hit?
Hit? Bill also, no, what hit?
Yeah, that's right.
First down, Miami, 33-yard line, their own territory, 14-14 tie. 43 seconds left to go, third quarter. All alone underneath the coverage is Higgs out of the backfield, and Mark has it, and he will pick up the first down. Let's go back to that 84-yard punt return by Clarence Verdun, and that is, I'm not going to show it to you again, I'm just going to tell you about it. History. You saw history. That is the longest punt return in history against the Miami Dolphins.
Well, that is saying
a little
something.
Footnote.
No,
yeah, I did, but I said it a lot.
No, that's saying something because certainly Don Shula has always taken great pride in his special teams, and really, he did pick up some nice blocks, but Verdun did an awful lot of that on his own.
And with the gun, that is the end of the third quarter. We are tied at 14, and we'll be back after these messages from your local station. This is Charlie Jones and Todd Christensen as we get set for the fourth quarter. While we were away, here is Keith Jackson. He's been bothered by that groin problem, and he's just kind of stretching it and testing it. And you can almost tell by the shake of the head and the grimace that it's just not there. Reno, a little play-action fake. He goes deep, and he overthrows Mark Clayton. And it'll be second down and 10 back of the Dolphin 44-yard line. Next Sunday, NBC Sports presents more exciting NFL football action. Beginning at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time with NFL Live, then many of you will receive an AFC Central battle when one of the top passers in the AFC, Warren Moon, leads the Houston Oilers against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the NFL's leading rusher, Barry Foster. Others see one of today's teams in action. The Dolphins collide with the Jets. The Colts meet the Chargers. A regional action, so check your local listing. Second down and 10. Ball game here tied. 14-14. Marino throws, and it is incomplete. Tony Page, the intended receiver. It'll be third down and 10 Miami, back at their own 44-yard line. A bit of frustration on the face of Dan Marino.
Well, I'm not sure that was intended for Tony Page. That might have been for Greg Beatty. It was hard to tell. I think part of the problem is that his frustration is over having two receivers in the exact same area. Now they go to their 4 wide receiver package with a long ways to go on third down.
And Bobby Humphrey will come in and join Marino in the offensive set. 3rd and 10. The blitz is coming. It is picked up. Marino throws. It is incomplete. Tony Martin was hit immediately. Could not hang on. Did not have possession. Tony Stargell makes a defensive play. Entman was putting the pressure on Marino. It's 4th down.
As you mentioned, they do a good job picking up the blitz. A big hit by Stargell right there. Ooh, that was close to putting the other foot down. You could argue fumble on
but that was slow motion. If you saw it in regular speed, that was wrong.
It's a new point now.
Yes, that's true. Prokop the kick. Verdun is the return man. Almost blocked. Verdun at the 18-yard line. He's to the 20. He's to the 40. A flag is down, and he is pulled down inside the 45-yard line. Tony Page makes a play for Miami. But the flag sailed to the 30-yard line.
Well, the block is in the back, and it really was unnecessary. That's unfortunate. Now, he actually had him in the back, too, but the bad part about this is Verdun's cutting up the field, giving them a good field position.
Holding number 30 on the receiving team during the run back. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
We've got a timeout, and we have a tie. 14-14, back in a moment.
It just so happens that there is not a number 30 for the Indianapolis Colts. Instead, they were looking at Culver right here, who actually took a pretty good block here on Brian Cox, enabling Verdun to cut up the field. And there, I don't see where the hold is. Right there at the end of left arm, possibly, but that sets them back 10 yards. They have to start at the 20.
And a 1st down. And here is the draw, Ken Clark. And they're going to mark it at the 25-yard line, so it'll go for a gain of 5, 2nd and 5. John Grimsley makes the tackle. The report on Keith Jackson is that his groin has tied up a bit, but it is possible for him to return in the 4th quarter, where we have 14 minutes and 7 seconds left in that period.
Well, I can tell you one thing, Charlie. It doesn't stay loose just by standing there. He needs to move around a little bit and keep that warm, or get some of that atomic balm that they put on it.
2nd and 5. Here is Clark on the pitch, and he should pick up the 1st down if they spot the ball at the 30-yard line. Marco Coleman making the tackle, and again the Colts going back to a running game that has been remarkably effective tonight.
It's a nice job by Ken Clark picking his spots. The idea is to sweep to the outside, but there's nothing there. He bounces there and cuts back, and Bessie Jackson unable to get off of the tight end and get him in the backfield. The result with the 1st down for the Colts.
Just shy of their own 31-yard line. George throws far side, pass is complete. And this is the tight end, Jerry Cash. Hobley with the tackle. That offensive line of the Indianapolis Colts, now it's Irv Pankey, Trevor Mattit, Ray Donaldson, Mark Vanderpool, and Kevin Call. So we have 2 backups at the offensive guard slot.
Well, we mentioned that Ted Marcia-Broda knew a little something about the pick play. Watch the 2 wide receivers cut inside, making Hobley go over the top of them. And this is what you call dragging a defender. Look at how far this is. A good 7 yards that Cash drags Hobley for the 1st down.
At the 42-yard line. 4 wide receivers on the set. Over the middle, tight end Cash. And Cash does it again. He's got a 1st down as he goes out near the 45-yard line of Miami, taking Jarvis Williams with him.
Marco Coleman really been the defensive star of the Miami Dolphins today. Here, Irv Pankey with a little bit of pass blocking, keeping him outside. That's a good job by Pankey. Look at that. Just one-armed him.
Yeah, a little fistful of jersey.
Cash coming underneath the coverage. Williams not getting across the field quick enough, and another 1st down for the Colts.
And back to the ground attack, and there's nothing there. Ken Clark getting the call, and he is wrapped up by David Griggs at the 45. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Again, the score tied. 14-14 with 11:50 and counting. Time remaining. 4th quarter, Joe Robbie Stadium. The undefeated Miami Dolphins and the 3-3 Indianapolis Colts. And a check of the ticker. Dallas leading the Raiders. Denver closing a bit on San Diego. Elway just threw a touchdown pass in the 4th quarter to make that one 21-14. And John, of course, can do it with only seconds remaining. And this pass is tipped incomplete. Lang Langhorne, the intended receiver, and again, the Colts go right at Troy Vincent.
Well, Langhorne wishes he had that one back. This is certainly a catchable ball. Big drops at very inopportune times. Hits him right on the numbers. Maybe a little bit behind, but still, I'm sure Reggie Langhorne would tell you he should have caught that one.
And now the crowd back in the ball game, 3rd and 10 at the Dolphin 45-yard line. A flag comes sailing upfield. The pass was caught. They're going to mark it just shy of the first down marker on the far side. But don't forget there was a flag. The Colts along the far side, I'm trying to help them spot the ball. It is sent at the 36-yard line, and that would still be short of the first down. It would be 4th down and 1 if the play holds, and the conference being held by the official. Dean Look is number 49. He's the side judge. Bob McElwee is the referee. It will go against the Colts. Marchibroda is signaling
illegal use of the hand.
To come over.
Number 85, offense. 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's on Reggie Langhorne, the wide receiver.
It's an interesting call. Take a look. He doesn't understand that. Inevitably, when you have the matchup here, watch 85 at the top of your screen. You can see he went with a punch, but look at that.
Oh.
Brown gets a fistful of jersey. Inevitably, when you have a coverage where the cornerback is up on the receiver, you're going to have a little hand fighting there. But Langhorne's the one that gets caught, and that moves him back 10.
So 3rd down and 20, and J.B. Brown, the cornerback of Miami, had a fistful of jersey. And not a very good call. This is a screen, but it's not there. And so George was throwing it back in the middle to Ken Clark, and it almost got picked off on the rebound.
And the Colts had at least three linemen downfield, but the officials decided not to call it. Once again, that's a timing pattern. The offensive linemen are downfield. The Dolphins did a good job of reading it. Watch the middle of your screen. Watch as the linemen take off. Watch them all head out to the left. Now they're downfield. They're already downfield looking for somebody, and the ball hasn't been thrown. Look downfield. You can see Ray Donaldson and Schultz and people of this ilk are already downfield. George does a good job of just getting rid of it.
Ron Stark will be kicking. Now Jarvis Williams is back with Troy Vincent as the punt returner. Ooh, good catch. Dropped again. It is a free ball, a scramble for it, and the Colts have it.
Charlie, this is an interesting point. Yesterday when we were talking to Don Shula, asking him about his punt returners, he mentioned Jarvis Williams, and the reason he mentioned Jarvis Williams is because he was the most sure-handed. He was the guy they wanted back there to catch the shorter punts.
And it is number 26, Jarvis Williams.
Goes right through his hands, and he's looking up. Right there, once you drop the ball, the first thing you should think of is just get the ball. Great hustle on the part of the Colts heading downfield.
And it was Eddie Miller who recovered it.
Ball turns over, goes right between the 2 and the 6. And right here, he should just be falling on it. Now it's out of his reach, and as you mentioned, nothing but Colt players coming. And Miller heads up, gets the ball for the Colts.
Just outside the Miami 17-yard line. 1st down, Colts. Ball game tied 14-14. And here is Clark. And he's going to pick up maybe 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Interesting approach here, Charlie. The Colts have decided to go with a 3 tight end offense and go with a running situation. Clark cuts behind. Cox comes in but can't make the tackle. That's the strength of Ken Clark, to run through those arm tackles, and that's what the coaches always teach runners. Don't go down by just the arms.
Second and 6, 13-yard line.
Now, with all the tight ends for the game, that isolates Billy Brooks man for man. I'll be interested to see if George is talking to him right now.
And he moves him out further at the top of your screen. He looks, he throws, it's incomplete. How bad a miscommunication on that toss?
Well, what happened is that he wanted him with the quick, and Brooks went with the play ahead of time, which was the slant. Brooks goes for the slant, and the ball's behind. One of the difficulties there of the no huddle is communication in that situation. Obviously, the crowd knows he's trying to communicate to him. They get loud. He needs some hand signals there to let him know what he wanted him to do.
Third down and 6. .13-yard line. Here comes the blitz, and it is incomplete. Jesse Hester, another catchable ball.
That's right, and once again, this is the play that a lot of people are incorporating into the mix. It looks like Jesse Hester's running on the up, but right there at about the 3-yard line, he's going to look back because it's thrown behind. Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right.
He was complaining on pass interference. It wasn't pass interference. He still should have caught it. J.B. Brown in the coverage.
Absolutely right. There's the blitz. George stands right in. That was a great throw by George with that blitz right in his face, and you're right. Very catchable ball for Jesse Hester.
Biasucci 0 for 2 in this ball game. He has missed 6 of his last 8. 31 yards, and he has got it. And the Colts have the lead 17-14. Back in a moment. 9 minutes and 47 seconds left to go. Colts lead by 3, 17-14. Dean Biasucci, who just broke the tie, kicking off with Williams and Parmalee, the deep back. And here is Williams on the return.
Mike Williams to the 22.
And they'll spot it around the 22-yard line. And so Dan Marino will now go to work for Miami. His quote, "This isn't like college football where you know you're better than almost anyone else. All those teams have people that can make plays."
And Charlie, never is that more apropos than right now. Heading into the game 6-0, everybody's trying to compare them to the 72 team, compare them to the 84 team. Those teams that started 6-0 and went to the Super Bowl, and he said, wait a minute, other teams can play, they can make plays. And we've witnessed that today by the Indianapolis Colts.
Now it's up to Marino to make the plays from his own 23-yard line over the middle. The pass is complete. He goes to Greg Beatty, the tight end, near the 35-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Well, the fact that Greg Beatty came up with that play alone should tell you that evidently Keith Jackson's groin is not going to make it back. Marino with good time in the pocket catches Beatty across the field.
Radisick and Bickett with the tackle.
Number 49, the big man.
Tony Page is rambling
little move
now.
to the inside. Yeah, okay.
And here is Higgs right side. And Mark will go to the 39-yard line. He picks up 4. It'll be second down and 6. The clock continuing to move. 8 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the ball game.
Because Jackson is out of the game, Tony Page is not only blocking a little bit from the position, but running some routes from the tight end spot. So there's Keith Jackson on the sidelines. Obviously, this is crunch time, so he must be hurting.
Second down and 6. Here's Higgs again. First down. 46-yard line. He needed 6. He got 7. Jeff Arad and Jason Belster on the tackle.
Once again, the right side of the offensive line for the Miami Dolphins doing the job. Higgs getting about 6 yards in the backfield, breaks through the initial rush and gets the first. We'll take a look at Tony Page, number 49. There's the flank with Chip Banks. He lets him inside, but he's able to push him out of the way just enough for Higgs to get upfield for the first.
Higgs 17 carries, 49 yards. Marino, and he overthrows everybody. He was going to Beatty, and it sailed on him. It'll be second down and 10. That stops the clock. 7:43 left to go in the ball game. And the Colts are in front by 3, 17-14. Pertinent numbers. The crowd settling down.
There at the bottom of your screen, that's Greg Beatty up in the two-point stance. Doing the same thing Justin Keith Jackson did.
5 receivers go out, and Marino goes down, and Steve Hittman got it. That is the first sack of the ball game for the Colts, and that is only the 8th time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times that Marino has been sacked.
Now, once again, that was a good decision on the part of Rick Venturi, the defensive coordinator, to put Entman on the other side. In the first half, he was opposite Richmond Webb, the all-pro tackle for the Dolphins. They moved him to the other side to put him over Mark Dennis, and as a result, he had the blocked pass early on the 4th down, which is crucial right there, a big sack.
Marino, of course, great protection all season long. Second best in the league. 3rd down and 17. He goes deep, has a man. It's there, down the sideline. It is Tony Martin. You sack Marino, he gets it all back, and plenty more. Martin got behind Stargell. 47 yards on the play. They'll mark it at the 13-yard line.
Well, we had complimented Stargell's coverage earlier, but here, this just isn't very good. When you have 3rd and long like this, you just have to backpedal and make sure that nobody stays in front. Right there, he just turns too late. He's looking in the backfield. No way he should be looking in the backfield there. He should have turned and run with number 89. It's just a bad play on the part of Stargell, and that enables the Dolphins to get a big one there on 3rd and long.
47 yards on the play, 1st down at the Colts 13-yard line. And he go right back to his. He flips the tackle and works his way back to the line of scrimmage. Marino now has completed 21 of 35 for 281 yards.
And he's saying something to someone. Man, he was really angry. I think what he's talking about is it looked like people were in slow motion. He says, we're not settling for a field goal to tie here. He says, we want to get this in the end zone.
It's 2nd down and 9.
One of the great competitors in the National Football League, Dan Marino. Which by now shouldn't be a secret to anybody.
He had that 48-yard touchdown pass from the three-foot receiver. This is in the end zone. Touchdown, Tony Martin.
Tony Martin here is going to run a corner route. He's going to come down, make it look like a slant, and he's going to break back to the corner. This is a nice touch on the part of Marino. Cuts inside, everybody's thinking slant route, back out to the corner when they have bracket coverage. That's exactly where the ball needs to be. Nice route by Martin and a great throw by Marino.
Dolphins move on top 20-17 with the extra point become by Stojanovic. Out of the hole to Scott Mitchell. And he pulls it. He pulls it and misses it. And so the margin remains 3 points. And a field goal could tie.
And that could possibly mean overtime. We'll be back.
Ellenbach is the snapper, and Scott Mitchell the holder. And it's a good hold. And Stojanovic simply pulls it. He just pulls it to the left side.
And what's surprising about this is heading into this game, 81% career field goal kicker. That would be tops of all time if he had enough makes, which he has to have 100. 14 of 17 this year on field goals. The 3 that he missed were all 50 yards or more. That's a big surprise.
Here's Clarence Verdun from the 5. He's out to the 20, the 25. He returns to the 27-yard line. He has 22 yards on the return. A lot of time remaining. 5:51 left to go in the ball game. And because of that mixed extra point, only a 3-point margin for the Miami Dolphins.
Earlier, number 50, Dwight Hollier, with a recovery of a fumble. He's their leading special teams tackler. Is this how you want to make a living? Bang. Gets a running head start. Takes on Johnson. Right at the end there, he gets in on the tackle of Clarence Verdun. Rookie from North Carolina has been doing some outstanding work on the special teams for the Miami Dolphins.
Colts from their own 27-yard line, 1st down. Little play action fake, swing pass left side. Terry Cash, the tight end. He's still going outside the 44-yard line.
Charlie, this was the play earlier where they ran that misdirection and he threw the bomb to Langhorne, but Cash was open in. This time he decides to go underneath to Cash. And take a look, the misdirection fools the Dolphins. And now watch the blocking downfield by Billy Brooks. Watch number 80 get in the way of his man once Cash gets past Jarvis Williams. Look at 80 right there. Bill Brooks, good job. That enables Cash to get some extra yardage, and now they have first down at the 44.
Cash, 6 receptions, 65 yards, and George goes down. Marco Coleman was there as his second sack of the ball game, and his second sack is his third.
Well, Marco Coleman, number 90, I don't think is going to be playing any linebacker anytime soon. He might have solidified a position for himself. George steps up in the pocket and really hands the sack to him, but give him credit. Very persistent. There are the numbers that he has today. Very impressive for that first-round pick.
2nd and 15. This will be pass interference. This will be pass interference against Benson.
Once again, the exact same route that they went to Jesse Hester earlier that he should have come up with. What is difficult for the cornerback is that here he is running stride for stride with a guy who runs a 4-3.
Interference, number 23 defense. First down.
Here's Troy Vincent running stride for stride with a guy that runs a 4.340, and then all of a sudden the guy has to turn around and make the catch. What else can 23 do but put his hands on him? Watch Jesse Hester come back.
But he tackled him, you know.
Yeah, that makes it a little obvious when you put the left arm around the waist.
41-yard line, 19-yard penalty in Miami territory.
Once again, number 23 getting his baptism of fire. Earlier in the season, covering people like Reed and Lofton, Toon and Moore. And Jesse Hester and Reggie Langhorne.
And Ken Clark is the ball carrier. Cox makes the stop.
I don't think baptism of fire is overstating it, do you?
No, not at all. They're going to mark it at the 34-yard line. Clark now 21 yards and 6 carries.
Draw play to give his offensive lineman a little bit of a break.
And here he is again. Clark pops to far side as he picks up the first down at the 22-yard line of Miami. Lewis Oliver with the tackle, a gain of 12.
Misdirection play. As soon as Jeff George goes to the right, the defense for the Miami Dolphins goes with him. Watch him come across his body. Delayed draw, pulling out. Nice job there on the part of Mark Vanderpool, pulling out, and Oliver makes the tackle, but far downfield. Now they set up shop at the 22.
Jim Clark again. And Chuck Klingbeil is there for the Miami Dolphins. Mark it at the 18-yard line. Now this is where the no-huddle offense starts to take its toll on the defense. They have been in a hurry-up mode throughout the ball game, and now the Colts can just step at the pace, do it a little bit quicker. The defenders get a little more winded. They cannot make the situation substitution. The offense is used to it. The defense is not.
I got to tell you something, Charlie. For a reserve offensive line, these guys are really pushing some people off the ball.
And that offensive line of Pankey, Maddich, Donaldson, Vanderpool, and Call.
Irv Pankey gets the best of Coleman this time. This is why the big body gets in the way. He just got out of the way of Coleman. He couldn't come in and make the play. Now he's got an injured player on the field.
And we have an injury timeout with 3:06 left to go in the ball game. We'll step aside for a moment. We'll be right back. Cox. You know, when we talked to him yesterday, he said the best thing about the Miami defense is Joe Green. He says he visits with us, talks to us on the sideline, coaches with us, helps us, laughs with us. Oh, takes a shot.
Well, he needs some chuckles right now because Ken Clark's shoulder pad came right underneath his chin, and that's what knocked him backwards. And I think that he's wondering what day it is right now.
As he said that Joe Green has that little man on his shoulder. He has that little man on his shoulder, tells him what to do. He may see that little man right now.
Yeah, he's seen 3 of them is what he's seeing.
Third down and 1. The ball at the 13-yard line. Ken Clark is the remaining back.
Charlie, I think this is 4-down territory. I think they're going to run it. If they don't get it, they'll go again unless he gets stuffed in the backfield.
Here's the throw.
Wow.
And it is complete at the 6-yard line. Oh, he threaded it to Bill Brooks.
I can't believe that.
Ooh,
I really can't.
Call.
It really is.
Well, you know, Jeff George said, if they come back and tell me I'm open, I'll call their play. Maybe that's what Brooks
But
said.
look at this.
Oh.
3rd and 1, you saw Oliver cut over. He had to thread the needle there. And I figured that 3rd and 1, because they're on the road, this would be 4-down territory. George, look at that spot on right in there to Brooks. We haven't called his name much today, but boy, that was a big one.
And we have a timeout on the field with 2 minutes. No, they're just waiting for the countdown to the 2-minute mark. And that will be official. The 2-minute warning will be given to both pitches. We'll step aside for just a moment. The Dolphins lead it 20-17. Inside the red zone, that is inside their opponent's 20-yard line.
Well, they have really struggled, as you can see right there. 50% scoring is awful, but the statistic that stands out, not just the missed field goals, but 5 interceptions. And it'll be interesting here to see what the Colts' approach is. My guess is they want to run the ball because they don't want to give the ball back to Dan Marino with too much time if they get it in the end zone.
First down, goal to go 5. Here is Clark. And he gets to the 2-yard line, where will be 2nd down and goal to go.
Now, Don Shula's calling timeout. He's screaming for him to call timeout. If you happen to have watched the Monday night game, they did this exact same situation when they're playing the Cleveland Browns. They used their timeout here, in effect conceding the fact that they are going to score. And as a result, when they came back, Marino had time to get down the field.
And the reason being, of course, that Marino on offense can control the clock even without timeouts. You cannot control it on defense unless you take the timeout. And here is a program now following the game on NBC. It's Secret Service, an eyewitness video. Later, it's an NBC world premiere movie in the Line of Duty Street War. And a reminder to our viewers on the West Coast that you will see these shows at their regularly scheduled time.
Interesting statistic here, Charlie, is that heading into this game, the Miami Dolphins, 2nd in the league in rush defense, only allowing 71 yards a game. The Colts, as we mentioned, last, only averaging 61 yards a game. Thus far in the game, the Colts have rushed for 102 yards. And I think that that's one of the big differences here in the game.
Two-yard line, 2nd and goal to go.
Watch him follow Carthon.
It's Clark. He follows in to the 1-yard line, and Miami stops the clock. And this time they didn't wait around. It was Louis Oliver who stepped in immediately and called the timeout. T.J. Turner with the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and goal to go at the 1.
Watch from the end zone. Clark following Carthon, good hit, but the play is made by the offside backer, which I believe in this case was Mark Sander, 2nd-year player who last year was a free agent. Carthon did his job. He knocked Grimsley out of the way, but Sander, coming from the other side of the field, makes the big hit.
And they will go with the same set of Carthon as the lead blocker and Ken Clark. And, of course, the Miami Dolphins would love to have this man who you see in civilian clothes. That is John Offerdahl. He is inactive for this game. He is bothered by that abdomen problem and not able to play. And they could really use him right now.
Charlie, at the top of the show, when we mentioned the injury factor, everybody was talking about Keith Jackson getting caught up in Keith Jackson. But the reality is that they're still effective offensively. That man right there is more than just another player. He's the heart and soul of their defense.
And now the Indianapolis Colts follow the Miami Dolphin timeout by calling their own timeout.
That's a good decision. And I say that because he wants to be absolutely sure. There's no way he wants to come up the line of scrimmage and second-guess himself. And what I find interesting here with regards to Ted Marchibroda is on the 1-yard line. I just wonder if this is 4-down territory. You got to figure that if they tie the score, if they just kick the field goal with 1.5 minutes left, that certainly favors the Dolphins and Dan Marino. He might be just letting it all hang out, take his chances here as opposed to heading into overtime.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Now, in case you are wondering, The Colts cannot take another timeout to back their own. And now all of a sudden, here come the situation substitutions as the Dolphins had one set of defenders on. The Colts took a timeout behind the Dolphin timeout. Now they change, and the chess game continues.
Only football in the 90s would have been 3rd and 1 at the 1.5, and you go to 4 wide receiver package. Amazing.
And the play action fake to Clark, and Jeff George dives, and he scores. So Jeff George on the bootleg scores the touchdown.
Absolutely out. Wow, good spike,
good
too.
spike.
You see how high that ball went? That would be 15 feet. Great call by Ted Marcia-Broda. Great call. Everybody's expecting them to spread out and hand the ball off. Great play-action fake.
Look at that fake.
Look at the defensive backs now. They have their backs turned because they have to cover their men. Last man to beat. The only guy that had a chance was Jarvis Williams. George over for the touchdown. Look at Marcia-Broda. Yeah, all right. I got that one.
And the Colts have the lead, 23-20, and the important extra point to make the margin 4 and to force Miami to go for the touchdown. And it is good. With 1 minute and 32 seconds left, the score, the Colts 24 and the undefeated 6-0 Miami Dolphins 20. And what a great fake by Ken Clark.
That was.
He really carried it out.
Jumping up in the air. He certainly forced the linebackers to come in at the play action, the part of George. Watch the linebackers back there when he gets the ball. They're already in the middle of the pack, so there's nobody there to get George. The only guy that had any chance at all was Jarvis Williams. Kerry Cash pushes him out of the way, and George is able to fall over the goal line. Watch the backers. Nope, too far inside. There's nobody there. Look at
that. A bad little screen block.
That was. And George showed, you know what? George actually showed some pretty good foot speed there. Yeah. He's not as immobile as some people would mention, but there's the man right there. There's a minute 32. And with no timeouts, it really doesn't matter. We saw him do it on Monday night against Cleveland. We've seen him do it. We've seen him do it a number of times. Interestingly, because of John Elway, Charlie, they now have had that graphic up regarding the comebacks. He is first at 31. This man was either second or third, I believe, at 20. So he's familiar with this. This is no big deal to him. I believe it was Roger Staubach was second at 26, and this man was third at 20.
Dean Biasucci will be kicking off with Bernie Parmalee and Mike Williams, the returner.
He's had some short kickoffs, Charlie, and this is really crucial. You want to force the Dolphins to go 80 yards, not 65 or 70.
This will be taken at the 11-yard line, out of the 20, out of the 30. An excellent return by Mike Williams.
Short kickoff costs the Colts here. Look where Mike Williams feels the ball. He feels the ball running at about the 13-yard line, and give credit there to the Dolphins for doing a good job of getting their wedge up in front of him and pushing people out of the way. Now, instead of starting, say, at the 20-yard line, they're now at the 37.5, and that certainly makes things a lot easier for Marino and company.
And he'll go with the 4 wide receivers and Bobby Humphrey in the backfield with him. And a minute 27 left to go. And the first pass is incomplete. Humphrey, the intended receiver. It'll be second down and 10. Dwayne Bickett was putting the pressure on Marino.
Bickett does a nice job there. Marino throwing the ball just a little bit behind Humphrey. Now here's where the chess game begins, because Rick Venturi doesn't want to take any chances and necessarily blitz Marino all out, but he can't continue to go solely man for man with the 4 wide receiver package because he knows that Marino can pick that apart.
Second and 10. Is complete to Fred Banks, and he's got the first down at the 50-yard line. Still a lot of time remaining. And this will be a false start against Miami. Now, in the AFC East, Miami undefeated coming into the ball game. Their record, of course, is 6-0, as everyone knows.
Ball start on the center before the snap. 5 yards, first down.
Buffalo and the Jets play on Monday night. And the Colts record coming into this ball game is 3-3. First and 15, and it is incomplete.
Colts are doing a good job getting some pressure up the middle, something that they didn't have earlier in the game. What's happening is those people are getting up the middle and pushing into Marino's face, forcing him to throw off his back foot, and now twice he's been short with his throws.
Second down and 15. 57 seconds left. Marino to throw. Here's the pressure. Steps forward. Pass is complete. An excellent move by Clayton. Clayton to the 25 and out of bounds. Stops the clock at the 25-yard line. And we'd like to welcome those of you who have been watching Denver-San Diego. 47 seconds left. Miami trails by 4.
Dan Marino proves you don't have to be a 4-6 sprinter to be a scrambler. Watch how he uses the feet, gliding to his left. Nice athletic play, lays it right in. Oh, look at that. Right into the arms of Clayton. He avoids the tacklers and gets it down to the 25-yard line.
And a first down. Still a lot of time remaining. All alone. It's Cody Martin. Martin, who has scored a touchdown in the ball game. Inside the 10. Now they'll hurry up. He'll spike it here to stop the clock. 29 seconds left.
The play the Dolphins have been using all day, the inside receiver is going to cut up in this direction, and the receiver comes underneath him on the slant route, and as a result, just too far off. Watch underneath. Tony Starr just playing way too far off there, and the missed tackle enables the Dolphins to have the ball now at the 8-yard line with 29 seconds remaining.
Second down, goal to go. Incomplete. It'll be third down and goal to go. And again, the margin is 4 points, 24-20. Marino needs the touchdown.
Duper on the slant route. Marino puts it there. It is a little bit behind him. Is this a catchable ball? Pretty good coverage on the part of the Colts. Oh, that was definitely a catchable ball. The issue here is whether or not if they catch the ball in the field of play, Charlie, if they can get up the line of scrimmage and spike it in time to get one more try. They have to throw to the end zone here.
Marino scrambles, throws in the end zone. It is incomplete. It will be fourth down and goal to go. Clayton, the intended receiver.
And a great job by Chris Good there. Once Marino was able to break the coverage of Ventman, you could see Don Shula trying to get the time out there. Watch when he breaks the coverage, and watch number 37. He's right there with Clayton, cuts to the inside. Now he breaks back. He comes right to him, and he breaks back again, and Good has to come back again. Great play, great effort to stay with your man.
And Marino takes the last time out for the Dolphins. It will be fourth down and goal to go. And the ball just inside the 8-yard line. And so the undefeated season at this juncture comes down to this play.
Colts down on one knee, have to wonder what it is they're going to do. I would anticipate that they would stay with the defense they've been going with. The two safeties in the back, man for man underneath. Force Marino to get it into the end zone. They might, in fact, Charlie, they might want to backpedal 7 into the end zone and force him to score. I mean, just force him to wedge it in there.
Marino wants everybody quiet. Nail-biting time for Ted Marchibroda. 4th down and goal to go. Deadly quiet.
Steve
and it is intercepted.
Look at him go.
Pittman has it. This is Steve Pittman at 6'4", 290 pounds. He is going to score. Unbelievable.
The clock is out. I don't believe it.
He used up all of the time in route.
What an athletic play, and what a decision on the part of the Colts to put him at left defensive end instead of right defensive end for the second half. Boy, did that pay off. The first pick of the entire draft, Steve Pittman. Now we're just batting the ball down with the interception.
He goes 90 yards, and the crowd is stunned.
Watch the left side of your screen. Watch this man right here. Watch him get up in the air, and it sticks. It sticks in his arm. And he shows that 4.8 speed, as Charlie mentioned, 6'4", 290 pounds. Harry Galbraith giving chase, but it's not meant to be. What a run and what a play by number 90 to finish this game off. 90-plus yard interception return, going the distance. Oh, what excitement. Charlie, Ted Marchibroda told us these people have to feel like they can win. They have to learn how to win. And this game is going to go a long ways towards that end.
The score is now 30-20, with the extra point, of course, still to come.
Look at the oxygen. That's great. When was the last time he ran 90 yards? It was probably when he was a teenager.
And the extra point is good. That makes it official. And high fives all around for Steve Pittman. So it is now time for the Hager wrinkle-free cotton play of the game. Is there any doubt in your mind?
And if the phrase no-brainer comes to mind, this would be the time right here. This is a no-brainer.
Oh, it's great hands.
And it's going to take too long to describe it. I'm sorry. That's not the case. Steve Pittman, first pick in the entire draft. The jury was out as to whether or not he was making the big plays, but heading into this game, a sack, batted down a pass on 4th down, and this one right here, a 90-yard interception return. That is the wrinkle-free Hager Cotton super play of the game.
31-20, the final score. We will return.